All right.
with the party having successfully followed Kolvar's contact. And after fighting their way through an ambush of rather vicious guards, and they were able to successfully find him, and as well as his overseer, Armand Morosini, who proved to be more sympathetic to the party's goals than might have originally thought. You are currently still in the warehouse with Armand Morosini and a few unconscious guards and a few not unconscious thugs who are now very cowed by the fact that Kazumi just pinned the Kolvar's contact to the floor through his head with an icicle.
Nobody's perfect.
That's what they say.
Yes, Nuva, just
a,
like that.
A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Dude,
So,
I'm sorry, but I really love that Kip. I'm super sarcastic.
So, the question, what is that even from?
I don't know.
Okay, good.
Like, I don't know, a Japanese word. It might be Hausu, honestly.
I'll Google it.
So the question now is, what do you do next? You have Armand Morosini technically within your power, although he seems to be of the opinion that you're going to let him go, as you know he needs to secure the evidence that he has promised you that would be disastrous for the Grand Prince. You do also have these two thugs in who know who you are, and also importantly know who Armand is, which he has left it to you to deal with as you deem necessary.
Murder.
Kasumi, you did cow them into saying that they wouldn't do anything.
Can we really trust their word, though? I think maybe we should arrest them.
Well, I mean, it was either that or kill them.
So
I guess arrest them. You think we can get them back to a cell somewhere?
Oh, I was gonna say kill them.
Oh.
No.
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 Okay. Well, first thing we need to do is get back to Cesare and inform him on what we know. I mean, we probably should actually just take those guys with us, because I can just imagine Cesare now rubbing his temples furiously and saying, "What the fuck, Kasumi?" And I don't know if I want to deal with that.
You did a murder. He'd be like, proud of you, girl.
Well,
nice job.
Okay.
All
right.
Good job murdering somebody.
They grow up so fast.
You know, some part of me appreciates that, Kasumi took up on Batbayar's hate, murder.
That's from Batbayar.
That's totally from Batbayar.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Kasumi's just unabashed bloodlust.
No, I know, but Batbayar was going around killing people too, and
but
I also remember Kasumi being like, "Bro, you need to calm down on the violence."
She was just like calm down on collecting people's skulls.
That's right, the skulls.
But now Kasumi wants.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, now Kasumi wants a boat made out of skulls.
Yeah, what the hell?
What the hell, Kasumi?
What a hypocrite.
Listen, to be fair, okay, that skull ship is fucking rad. It is my best friend. It's the only thing that's ever shown me love.
Are we sure?
Also, it's actually mostly made out of the long bones. The skulls are just the front.
Are we sure that's Kasumi and not just Batbayar possessing Kasumi?
Oh my god.
Again,
Okay,
I
no,
do not
there's-
understand why you think that Bat Bayar is the source of this.
There's a
It's always
difference
been
between
Bat
Bus
Bayar.
collector.
Kasumi's willingness to do things that are, not the nicest, and Batfire's willingness to carry skulls around in public that are freshly beheaded.
It's the same thing.
That's,
Same thing. Yeah.
but he also did hard things.
Honestly, between the two of them, I always, if I was going to be captured by either, I would think I'd be rather prefer to be captured by Batfire.
I mean, yeah, I'm the one who's like more willing to just put a.
Gotta.
See, that's the Batfire
Yeah.
would randomly kill things, but then he would also randomly put way too much faith into things.
Did I? Actually,
Yes.
don't remember.
Batfire was an interesting and complex person, but he's also dead, so let's
You'll
not
see him
spend too
again
much time on
someday.
But he's also dead.
Anyway.
I'm sad now.
it. Conversely, these two thugs are still alive.
Should we? Okay.
We
Oh.
should not.
They did
probably-
surrender to you.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
probably
Kasumi.
not kill them.
It would be bad form to turn around and murder them after they've surrendered.
Yeah, they're surrendered, so we'll take them with us.
Swarm.
And
But then again, no witnesses.
well, I mean, there won't be any witnesses once we put them in our gulag.
We
Sure.
don't have a gulag, and
Why do we have
that's it.
We have a what? Oh right, I forgot about that.
The Shazari mansion has a gulag.
We don't have a gulag.
The Shazari mansion does have a gulag.
I don't think Freud likes us saying gulag over and over.
Gulag. The Sensi Mansion does have
Sorry.
a small prison.
Yeah.
They have cells. Also known as
Don't do
the
it.
lesser bedrooms for less esteemed guests.
Turns out we've been in prison this whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, no, let's take
No,
them.
no, you have the nice one.
Let's take them back to the manor. Keep them locked up until at least this all blows over, if not
Yeah.
longer.
Should we send
Right.
someone with the Morosini while he goes gets the documents?
Who would you send?
Suru?
No,
To
not
get
very
her
subtle.
get her conveniently out of the way while Prophet's in here?
Cyril says yes.
Forgive me for intruding into your decision making, but your friend here does not seem to be the most subtle.
I guess.
Okay.
I hear
Okay.
that bringing her into my family's home would be less than conducive to both of our
Hey,
health.
she does have a hat of disguising.
She does. That's true.
And you also could just say that you've hired a bodyguard. You are like a major banker in the bank.
I'm not a banker.
Oh, well, yeah.
Sorry, this is not the banker guy. This is the spy that you weren't
Yeah.
here for. That
Oh,
they talked
okay.
to.
Yes, this is Armand Morosini. He's a Morosini family member who's discovered actual evidence of his family's involvement in the slave trade and is trying to also stop it.
Wow.
He's a good person.
Look at the Mr. Goody Two Shoes, huh?
Well, yes.
Mr. got a conscience, huh?
I want to imagine you're doing this you're unprompted doing this.
Not unprompted. He's prompted by the fact that he's looking at a little Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
Yeah.
Looking at just a narc.
I'm flattered that you think so highly of me.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, that was an out of character yawn. Well, okay. Sada could go.
I
Yeah,
do not think it would be wise to bring Sada.
Yeah.
Okay, then who would you believe to be wise?
I don't think
He just
anyone
wants to go on
needs.
his own.
Yes, I don't think
that
anyone
says-
needs to come with me. I think it would be
You should
better
send
if I
the
went alone.
piss ghost with him.
He's here,
Uh,
isn't he? He followed
No.
Kasumi?
He's always
No.
here. Yep.
No,
Piss on him.
He's in our
Yeah.
hearts.
Before we ever got our
Maybe
curses,
piss.
we got that curse.
I did enjoy playing Katsumi and having a nervous breakdown.
When did you stop?
But if you're not going to kill them, then you really should find a way of.
Killing them.
Yes, well, personally, I would recommend killing them. But that's just me.
Okay, I took my sword out.
Pascal and Shinichi both get in between you and the two prisoners.
Okay, I put my sword away. I'm
Okay.
just,
Akio, this is a perfect opportunity to have an awkward conversation to make them join your mercenary troop.
oh,
Yeah,
you know
like
what?
like Big Boss style.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's
Yeah,
time to
kidnap
fucking-
random soldiers and force them to join
Alright.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, stick them on a balloon.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get
okay.
you some fucking balloons.
Okay, I hold my hands up and say I won't kill them or beat them to death.
I'll do something even
Yeah,
worse
just
than
fold
that.
them instead. It's fine.
And I ask if I could just talk to them.
All right.
Alright.
Shinichi and Pascal let you go past.
I get on, like, I sit, like, you know, I crouch and I look him in the eye. So, you guys fucked up in your serious decisions, and you're now staring at
Deeply.
a pretty bad situation. However, you're lucky. I'm here,
They look at each other and then look back at you.
and I have a proposition for you. That's probably better than the alternative that is, if you decline, you'll be writing that decision and you won't have any control over that right. However, I'm starting a little side venture in the name of our kingdom of wait, can I actually say Kingdom of Sarugu? Can I say that? I said it out loud anyways. Alright, anyhow. I would like to recruit you guys
By
under-
force.
By force. You wouldn't really have a choice. This is the choice that you have. To work with me.
Okay, so that's one choice. What's the other choice?
Ellipses.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like the other choice, as it's not a choice.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. No, it'll work for you.
Ah. All right. What's your names?
I'm
Gumbo.
Kevin.
Golumbo, Kevin,
Bob.
and Smorbus.
God damn it, Nuva.
I did.
You asked the
not-
question that every DM hates.
I'm super sorry.
I love
If
that
only,
question.
if only you had the.
I know you do. Except I'm trying to find
Golumbo.
Well,
names that
my
are.
names are real.
Golumbo.
We need to get you.
Golumbo.
You know what we need to get you, Nuva? We need to get you like a shitload of packed parchment so that you can create blood oaths with people that you hire.
You know what? That's a good idea. Let's do that later. I didn't even know I was allowed to do that.
Are you?
It's kind of expensive. Maybe we'll have to find some sort of guy who can. You'll have to find a guy in the kingdom who can cast Quest,
Yeah.
and then we can craft this wondrous.
Quest is such a dumb spell.
Oh, by the way, no, wait. Let me just turn around real quick and just look at them. Oh, by the way, if you guys decide that this is an opportunity for you to, turn
My
around
name
and
is Jacopo.
oh,
Columbo.
okay, 1 second. Let them
My name is Lapo.
All right, so
No.
Lapo
Enchante.
and Jacopo. How do you spell Jacopo?
Jacopo is Jacopo.
Oh, that's almost
And
very
then
close to Jacobo, the Spanish pronunciation of my name.
It's probably the same.
The Jacopo is the Italian version of your name, so that makes sense.
Hey.
Oh shit! Jake joined the party.
It's Jake the Mythic Commoner. He's back.
Oh my
No,
god,
this
it's
is
Jake
Jake
the Commoner.
This isn't Jake the Mythic Commoner. This is just Jake the Italian,
well, okay.
which is
Okay.
markedly worse.
So
Oh.
I then I then casually put my hand on Lapo and Jacopo's shoulder, and I'm smiling. All right, welcome to Outer Heaven. I don't remember what
You did call it Outer Heaven.
You
God
did.
damn it.
You did.
Maybe you
fucking
could call
fool.
it like external good place.
external good.
That's my favorite. My favorite sitcom.
So
Hey, Jacopo puts his hand back on your shoulder and whispers, "I make a
Jacopo.
spaghetti."
wait. I need. Let me just finish doing this. You guys are the first fruits in my little venture. I open my eyes and I glare at them. And if you decide to ever betray me, I'll fucking find you and your families and kill all of you. Got it?
Uh-huh. I don't have a family.
Well, roll your
Fine.
bluff.
Wow, that's sad.
I mean, not your bluff, you're intimidated.
I did roll.
Yeah,
intimidate.
He's really good at that.
Yeah, you did. And yeah, you've made lifelong friends who are terrified of you.
Isn't that how all friendships start?
I pat them on the shoulder. Welcome to the team.
Distant Elysium.
All right. Oh, and let's have lunch.
Wow, I actually really like Marginal Zion.
That's fun.
Okay. Let me write this down in my notes. Then there we go.
So, with that decided, you guys, I presume, begin
Yes.
to return to.
We're gonna leave.
That's
What's his
fine.
name to it?
All right. Well, you're going
Orsini
to need
man.
to. Yes, Armand.
Armand.
You're going to
yes.
need to re-roll your disguise checks.
All right.
Oh, all right.
Where the heck?
Where's my disguise scan?
There it is.
I got your fruit.
Oh, it's my character sheet.
There. Awesome. Oh wait, right. I get like a plus.
The hat
something.
gives it a plus, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Fibonacci again.
Uh-oh.
Which is good for Pow.
It's the return of Pow not being good at being disguised.
Where did your big titties go, pal?
Oh, man. Now they're concave.
The big
What
titties.
happened?
The big titties depuff like balloons.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like.
I think my hat's broken.
Yeah, Pow. I think you're having the same issue that I had before. Your eyes are kind of going in different directions too.
Oh, no. Can I take the hat off and put it back on again? How does this hat work?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Doop, doop.
Do.
Fuck off.
Slightly better.
Oh, I
Wait.
rolled Paulina's.
You did.
I did. I was
Hello.
I was
How'd you roll
trying to
Pow?
click on Pascal.
How about I take
I
that
opened the wrong
number?
character sheet. Yeah, but Paulina, you more or less create the same disguise as you had before.
It seems like a good disguise.
Okay. I mean, everyone else can see if it is or isn't, though.
Yeah, it's more or less. This is kind of.
You're not giving me a lot of confidence here.
No, actually, you rolled a 15. You have a pretty good
Okay.
disguise.
All right.
It looks about where it was before. Saru has an 18. Still pretty good.
Where did Pal go?
She didn't
She's
disappear.
right there.
Oh,
Oh,
did the hat make me invisible?
he's saying that he doesn't recognize you.
There's something really wrong with this hat. Oh, I
Trying
get
to
it.
cheer her up.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Pascal goes back into his strong Belwas form.
Mm.
Only he rolled like a 3. So he's still
Damn.
like an even. Just strong Belwas. So he just sort of looks like himself but fat. I think I might have forgotten something. And Shunichi has a character sheet that I should roll. Shinichi, however, is impeccable in his reproduction of his earlier disguise. In fact,
Nice.
it looks even better.
Wow.
So overall, you guys look pretty set. And yeah, you can begin wandering back. The two guys sort of form up in the middle of you as your weird merchant mercenary band begins to return to the Sensi Manor. Of course, a weird merchant mercenary band just walking up to Sensi Manor might be a little strange, but you know, whatever.
Why can't we go for the secret door again? Is it one way?
Good question.
Doors can't be one way.
You
Hang
gonna
on.
tell the fucking Morosini guard people where my secret door is?
Yeah,
No, we
that'd
didn't
be
tell them.
a bad idea.
Oh, well, how are you going to get them into the mansion then? Are you gonna put a bag over their head or something?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Not suspicious at all.
Nope.
Just at the door, you put the
Then we'll
bag
use-
on their head.
Yeah.
Because if there's one place that the other families aren't watching, it is our house.
Yeah.
Don't feel a need to post any kind of watchman there.
Collaborative agreement.
Okay.
I want an orange soda right now, like really badly.
Go get one.
I don't have any here.
So
Anyways,
you begin
continue.
walking through the city. Armand does not leave immediately after you, so you don't leave with him. You reach the main street out of the alley through which you reach the warehouse, and you find Kolvar waiting there, just sort of chilling. You guys make it out all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Something
great.
like that.
Fucking tight.
Worthwhile?
Shit was dope.
Yes.
Good to hear.
Killed a guy.
I got two new.
Not
I got
surprised.
I got two new friends.
They're basically slaves.
Great.
Don't say that.
Friends.
Isn't that what we're trying to stop?
The what now?
Yeah, that's not great.
Friends.
He threatened them into joining his mercenary band, Outer Heaven.
Friends.
New hires.
New hires.
I mean, I'll
Alright.
pay
I'll
them
get paid.
eventually.
Okay.
In blood.
Not
Yeah.
Huh? Boba Fett.
What?
Boba Fett.
Where?
What?
I don't have the helmet on.
Um,
But what if?
What if I did?
all right, let's. Where are we heading next?
Well, talk to the Shazari.
I
Gotta
don't
get
think
back
Kolvar knows that Chazari is in charge of the Sensis.
Oh. Well. I mean, he knows that Shazari's in town.
Does he?
I mean, he would have
Everybody
to assume,
knows.
right?
I guess everybody knows, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
No, the fact that Chazari is around is kind of underground, actually.
Oh.
Like, when
You
would
know
they
his
have
numbers,
noticed,
though.
found out?
I mean, his known associates are in town.
That is true. That his presence here has not been confirmed, though. I've been paying very careful attention to his disguise and bluff checks.
Fair.
Hey.
Bluff has been less of an issue. Disguise, he can still be tripped up on.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we needed to go talk to the sensies.
Oh,
There.
all right,
For reasons.
cool. Can I come with? You were going to want me to keep around?
If you want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Now, see, out of character, the reason why I say yes is because if we bring him, then we can just arrest him.
Kolvar?
Yeah.
Isn't Kolvar chill?
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
Alright, well, sure. I can't I can't arrest people. Like, I'm not
I don't know.
the Grand Prince.
Hey,
how many? You have plenty of handcuffs, probably.
That's not arresting
That's-
people. That's taking them captive.
Yeah,
No, if you have handcuffs, you can arrest someone.
That is
all the time in
That's the law.
Devin. That's how it works here. This is how we get weird with it,
The
okay?
moment you,
Okay.
the moment you
We'll
touch
take
a pair of
we'll
handcuffs,
take
you're
them prisoner.
basically a cop,
That's the thing.
or you're
not
into
arrest.
a kink.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you're either a cop or you're nasty.
Rita, I sometimes question you.
Huh?
I've never questioned Rita.
Yay.
I love that you basically stole the shape from that statement.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow. Back
So
to-
as you're walking, you do go past a patrol of carabinieri, who are sort of marching around. You do notice that there seems to be a lot more of them than the usual day to day. You do hear some chatter, people saying that, the carabinieri are out in force today. I wonder what's going on. Oh.
Probably normal stuff.
Everything, I'm sure, is fine.
Wait, did
Let's
Akio
just
change
go
his
about your
pod?
business.
Yeah.
I may have changed Akio's pod.
Oh no.
So in case you're not aware,
It's evil now.
this entire this entire time Akio has been traveling, walking around in a giant.
Oh, the golden armor. Yeah, we know about that.
Yeah,
Actually,
But-
Beth will be right back.
but Sal, I guess only Sal's and Rita were aware of the inspiration behind the golden armor, and I posted a picture of it, which I need to find. It's in here somewhere. If I just go up far enough. One second.
I mean, it's pretty good.
I'm going past the clam tomato juice.
Hell yeah.
God, there's so much clam tomato juice. Where the fuck is it? Are you talking
Oh.
There it is. Bam!
Yep.
That's Akio. You're
Yep,
just walking around with that.
Well, he's wearing a hat of disguise right now, so good.
Yeah, so
Oh,
he's
yeah.
actually disguised as someone else currently. Um,
That's Pat Byar's teacher.
Fucking weirdo.
God damn. Anyhow, continue. I'm sorry.
could you roll? Could I get perception
From
rolls
everybody.
from
or-
two of you,
Hell yeah.
and you can choose which two.
I always got my eyes open.
Excuse me.
Then I guess. Ow.
Pow, yeah. Pow's the best wisdom here.
Such open eyes. Big ears. Ready to go.
Pow and Shinichi,
Alina,
they have the
Yeah.
best eyes.
Oh man, I'm so close to rolling in 20.
How's
as your group passes a group of 4 carabinieri, 3 of them are fine. One of them glances at Pascal and does a double take.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He should have put his hat back on.
He his head snaps to the right, and you see him mouth the words, "Is that?" He seems a little confused.
Where are we right now?
You are in the dock district, walking up to the steps. The nearest steps entrance, essentially the one that would walk you past the secret door, is about 10 minutes away.
Is there a side street nearby? How out in the open are we?
You're in Lowtown. There are side streets everywhere.
Okay, I'm gonna pat Pascal on the shoulder and then pull him aside into an alley to lose eyesight with these guys as the rest of the party goes. We're just gonna
Okay.
take it in the side direction.
All right. The rest of you do notice this happen, but Pauline is.
If I
Trying
can,
to
I'm
be
just gonna hiss
surreptitious.
don't pay attention to whoever's closer.
You hiss?
He's just gonna hiss at us.
Yeah, just out the side of your mouth. Just don't fucking
Don't
worry about
follow.
That's whispering. Why did you think that was
What?
it. 'Cause
Shut up!
But yes, so you are able to get that message across. The rest of you realize that Paulina is dragging Pascal away into a side street for something.
Damn, are they getting
Um,
nasty?
Oh, come on.
Yep. Gonna get those cuffs out. No, we're gonna. As soon as we're like, what? Just bringing back a joke. As soon as we're out of eyesight, like I want to find like a little tucked away corner where nobody has sight on us,
all right.
and see if we can redo the hats of disguise, but this time, like, just pick a completely
Completely
different.
different.
Yeah, and we'll go
Um,
separate.
Okay. Well, as you do this, you do hear a shout from behind you. Hey!
Hey, are you getting nasty in there?
Hi.
Well,
Who?
so no, the carabinieri shouts after you.
What?
Halt! But you are inside of that alley by the time he shouts that.
Okay, can we really quickly do the hat thing then?
What do we do? Okay.
We're just gonna just pick a different look. Just be completely different. Not completely different, but different enough where they won't notice. You know?
They're smooching. It'll be awkward if they come and
God.
arrest you.
Oh Jesus. Ken
Who
Ken.
said that?
Oh God.
Alright.
That's a
Are you
10
going
can
to
suffice.
roll also?
Yeah. Pull the
Yeah.
pull the classic like action movie trope where you start making out so they don't notice you.
Since
What?
you are sort of like bouncing this off each other, you can get the +2 for assisting.
What if instead of saying a 10 cat, it's for Jesus Christ, you just say Ka? That is he is the secondary. Jesus was the
He's the
secondary.
herald of
Yeah, he's his
Tenket.
herald. Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah, man. Learn your fucking religion.
and his brother.
Sorry.
Alright,
Oh,
so
it's not
Pascal's
great.
disguise is now at 26, and Paulina's disguise is now at 23.
Okay. It's not so
Um,
bad, right?
Yes, as
Okay.
you become something incredibly different.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for. Actually, I'm just gonna look like a half elf that I knew. I'm gonna be a dude, just a half elf, like sort of. I look like I belong around here.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Good. Yeah, you look like a half elf guy now. Very sort of generic looking. And Pascal has disguised his bulk as a minotaur woman.
Perfect. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. Now,
Now make out.
no,
At this point, the
Oh.
four
Oh.
carabinieri do get to the mouth of the alley, and they look down, and they start marching down it, and go to stand aside.
Oh,
Did you see
Yes, sir.
the three of them go past you? One stops. You see that this is the man who. This is the one that recognized Pascal. Did you see two people go through here? A woman, a human woman, and then a Neban, large, wide.
Oh yeah, the big
Body.
guy. Yeah, they went down to the left there, down that street.
Roll bluff, please.
Oh, I could have just nodded my head.
That's still a bluff.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Then he
That's
shoots
No
you.
cause to protect these people.
What? Pardon?
You have no cause to protect these people.
Oh,
Do
I
not lie
don't.
to me again. Which way did they go?
I'm sorry, they went to the right. I didn't know. I wasn't trying to lie. It's just they were kind of making out and being kind of grody.
Oh.
So I didn't.
Okay, roll again. You get a bonus to this one.
I didn't want to like
Because
sell them out
it's-
because they're
it's
just like
true.
smooching somewhere.
That's a better bluff.
That is better. And you got a bonus. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I went this way.
They're making out.
And the carabinieri are soon gone.
Okay, that sucked. Let's go.
Yep, let's go.
You think us making out is grody?
No, they would be like really grody, like super grody.
So, soon, with that little episode taken care of, you are walking up the steps, and you do get to the landing where the secret door is. There are two things. The first, you notice there's no indication that there's a door here. It's simply a landing. The other thing is that the 4 carabinieri who were here earlier, checking people going up and down the stairs, are still here. You do also notice that that guy's poor cart is still, it's been sort of shoved off to the side, but it hasn't been removed yet, and it is still well and truly crushed,
Oh.
as is the rubble.
Ah. Damn.
And you notice that there's a couple of workers also sort of like loading the rocks onto carts to like try and start moving them, but they're on stairs, so it's not exactly easy.
This is just a mess. Lapo, Jacopo.
Yep.
First orders to help these guys.
What?
I feel bad for them.
Do they want the spaghetti?
You do? Are you sure, boss? There's a bunch of guards, police guys, right?
Never mind.
Stop.
Oh.
Traffic up and down the stairs is being inspected today. What are your names, professions, and business in Haita?
All right.
That's a normal way to respond to that question.
I actually don't remember what my. I am.
That's a problem.
Well,
Uh.
shit, I actually don't remember what Fibonacci's profession is.
Cat Sada goes forward first.
Mhm.
It says, Roberta, adventurer / mercenary hired by this merchant as a bodyguard. I point at
Oh.
Kazumi's disguise.
All right, and this merchant is named.
God, what was my name? I'm sorry, it's been a week. It's been a while for me. I legitimately do not remember the name from 2 weeks ago.
Oh no!
Am I allowed to tell him
That
who
should-
it
I
was?
took notes. Maybe it's. Let's see. Oh, I don't have you written down. I'm sorry.
Sal's told us. Can I tell him Sal's?
If you can think of a way of communicating that to him in character in this juncture, yeah.
If only we could scroll up on the Discord chat and look.
I was going to go with Sal's thing, but I guess I don't get to do that now.
And have suddenly remember.
Okay.
Get there before Sal beats you and deletes it.
Oh.
Your GM will remember this. I'm not going to delete it.
Hello.
I was going
it's
to have-
me,
He's just gonna punish you.
Donatello.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause it's Donatello.
Donatello, last name?
Name.
I didn't have a last name. I don't have a last name.
Better think of one.
I actually don't have a last
Okay.
name because I'm an Aratar, so I got out of that.
I actually,
Puttanesca.
Puttanesca.
I actually have not. Let's see.
I am Donatello Ferrari.
That's fine. That's hey, don't
That's
laugh
good.
at that. That's a real Italian
good.
name.
It is a real Italian name. That's
Yep.
why I picked it.
And,
Donatello Ferrari.
and I am Fibonacci. I am a mercenary, and these are my compatriots, Jacob and Lad.
Jacob.
And he is,
Jakey.
and you're also in the employ of Mr. Ferrari.
Yes.
Kasumi and
Akio.
Akio. Yes, thank you. Could you please roll bluff for me as well?
I'm rolling bluff. Did I roll a 1? I
No,
rolled
No,
a
you
rolled
didn't.
an
You
18.
rolled an 18. Good job.
I'm surprised that Lad is not the one that got the laugh.
What?
Lad.
Donatello Ferrari.
Real.
No doubt of the Ferrari family.
Oh.
Of course.
They're very-
I know we're not as big as one of the main 5 families, but we do all right.
Oh no,
Our carriage business is really picking up.
I remember you actually have a small estate in the Elven Quarter, don't you?
Of course.
No, I don't live in the Elven Quarter. I live over just off the Merchants Quarter.
I live in the Schmelvin Quarter.
He's talking about your family.
Oh, yeah, I don't live
Well-
with my family. I'm an adult.
No. I mean, you're being tested on.
But what
Oh,
if
I
he's
know what he's
lying and
doing.
saying that's not where they live?
Yeah,
no, I
I'm-
understand that you may live there, but your family.
Yeah.
I rolled nobility to see if we're screwed.
And the current head of your household, I've forgotten the man's name, your patrician.
God, you have to roll a knowledge nobility, it looks like. Or you could always pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Okay, paint me a word picture. What is surrounding me in this locality?
So you are on the steps. You are all sort of like, it's rather compact. There are two carabinieri directly in front of you, and there's two carabinieri about 10 feet further back from them, standing up on the steps. The steps themselves are only about 15 feet wide. They constrict at places, but this landing actually spreads out onto a sort of a 20 foot by 20 foot square that you have sort of alighted on. Up further, up the stairs, there are those various workers, the guy in his poor rutabaga cart. And behind you, there's some foot traffic that are trying to get past. Well, not past. They're waiting for you to finish with the carabinieri so that they can get checked and also continue on their business.
Cells, do me the favor. I have a question. If I were I rolled nobility right now, and I would like to use that to hopefully go into an intimidation.
Oh.
Would I be able to get the name of the patrician off the top of my head of the Ferrari family with this? I have an idea. Basically.
The Ferrari family aren't a particularly well-known family. You rolled a 20. All right. Akio, you don't know where you learned this. You can't remember context at all, but you do remember the name Mio Ferrari.
Mio Ferrari. Okay. Well, I lower my hood because I lower my
Your fake hood?
yes. I don't know if I can do that.
the hat comes off and you are revealed.
You actually it's an illusion. You can't
Okay.
manipulate it.
Then I guess I don't know. Okay. If you're testing the patience of Mal Ferrari and the relationship he has with his son Donatello, then all I can say is that you're simply wasting your time. And
He hates me.
And I'd hope that you're not trying, regardless of their position in the family, to strike the wrath of any of the family patriarchs. If it were, regardless of his relationship with his son, if it comes back that you had delayed him in his particular venture, and it comes back to you,
Roll intimidate.
where is it? There it is.
This is the weird energy we're going for, but I'm here for it.
And you rolled a 31. The carabinieri looks very put in his place. Of course. Excuse me, Senor Ferrari. You may go past. He sort of steps back.
Thanks.
The other carabinieri make way for you, and your group is allowed past through the checkpoint. And you can hear the people behind you also being given the same interrogation as you walk past and past the poor guy and his cart as he shouts about his rutabagas.
Okay, that was really good timing because I was gonna act like I had information about the senses, and then ask them to speak privately, and then when we did, I was gonna kill them.
I could pick that vibe up. Yes.
I was going to make it so they could not breathe.
I could tell. Yes, I picked that up. Thankfully, I read about the families before we headed out.
Wow,
Picked-
nerd.
Knowledge
No,
is
thank
power.
I was going to, how you say, murder them.
In a way, most foul.
In a way, most foul.
Anyway, soon you are in Hightown, and sooner still, you reach the entrance of the Sensi Palace. The guards see you approach and, not recognizing you, tell you to stop. What business have you with Luella Sensi?
I will let you do your thing, Kasumi.
What business do we have with? We're at the Cincy Manor, and this is somebody
At the
asking
front
us?
gate.
It's the guard at the front gate.
Wait, why aren't we going back through the secret entrance?
Because we
The
don't
dudes
want...
were there.
There's
We
a
know
bunch
how
of
to.
carabinieri sitting in front of it.
Yeah.
I see. Right. I thought we were just being stopped on the steps. Okay, pardon me. Okay, so I will. Are there carabinieri where we can see, or where they can see us?
So the Sensi Palace's entrance is sort of set away from the actual palace building itself, and it's on a fairly major street. There are people coming and going. It's not overly crowded, but yes, you do see a couple of pairs of carabinieri. They seem to be everywhere today, walking along. But whether or not they're paying attention to you is not a good question. Of course, if there's anybody surreptitiously watching the Sensi Palace's entrance, that would require spotting them with a perception check.
Okay. Before I say anything to this guy, God damn it. I accidentally opened the wrong part of my page. Click the edit button. Sorry, my sheet was being dumb. I'm gonna take a look around. Do you see anybody?
Ow.
Kasumi, you do not see anything out of the ordinary besides what you've already seen.
Okay. Well, I am going to kind of lean in to the guy and inform him that I am that it's Kazumi. I'm here to speak to Luella. Or well, no, pardon me. Wait, no, yeah, it's Luella. God, my brain's fucking terrible today. Cesare, were you disguised as Luella?
Yeah, I was, but the last
Yeah.
time you spoke to me.
Yeah. I'm Kazumi Makoto. I'm here to speak to Luella. You can send for her. I'm expected.
Kasumi Makoto?
Yes. It's kind of on the down low because of obvious circumstances in town right now.
All right. I understand. He goes into the little guardhouse. He writes something down on a piece of paper, bangs on the gate. Another guard comes up to it. He hands him the piece of paper and says, "Bring this to Agrippa. Get them to tell me if I can let these people in." The other guard nods, walks away.
Yeah, boy, be back.
Presently, the guard returns and he looks at the rest of you through the gate and goes, "You are not who is expected to bear the name Kasumi Makoto, and I am curious as to why you're attempting to use her name to get into this mansion, sir."
You're disguised, remember? Oh, Jake died.
Hi. Yes,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
back.
he was away.
Yeah, I had to let my cat out of the room.
Oh.
Right. Did you hear me what I just said?
No, I missed the part. I'm sorry.
Okay. The other guard has returned, and he has said essentially that you're not who Kasumi Makoto is. Why are you trying to use her name to get into the mansion? sort of a "what have you done with her" implication.
You're saying that I'm not Kasumi Makoto?
Because you're disguised, remember?
Yeah, I know. How much do you know about Kasumi Makoto? I asked this guard.
Her features have been described to me.
Great. Do you know the stuff she can do, like magically?
Not per se.
Oh
I
my
know
god.
she is an Undine.
Can you at least let me into your foyer so I can take off my disguise?
He walks back to the mansion.
God.
A few minutes later, he comes back. You've been allowed entry into the guardhouse.
Okay.
And with that, he opens the small, inset gate. So the gate is a big frigging wrought iron thing with black iron with blue and white trim. It's actually it's quite pretty, in a very intimidating sort of way.
Neat.
And in it, there is a smaller gate. Like there's the door of the gate, and then there's a door in the door. So he opens that smaller door, and you're allowed in, and he brings you into this little small building where there's a couple other guards and some, just with coffee and stuff set aside, and it's quite shielded from the street.
Okay.
And just before you take off your disguise, I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
That's what the guard says.
The guard says, "I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom."
Sorry, I have to pee real bad.
I've been out here all day. I drank a really big cup
The
of water for
senses work me
breakfast.
to the bone.
You know how it is. We should call this session "How Long Can Jay Go Without Killing Someone?"
Mhm.
That's not a very pithy name.
Damn,
How long could Jake go with what?
without,
Without
killing
killing
someone.
somebody.
Yeah. People are
That's
fucking
so-
trying me today.
So many opportunities have happened where I genuinely thought you were gonna ice them.
Why? Well, I mean, why would I ice the Sensi people though?
That's true.
It's
That would
annoying,
That would
but
be rude.
it would also be very counterintuitive to our whole plan.
A series of misunderstandings.
It just leads to a playful murder.
A playful murder.
Yeah, everyone's just it's egg on everyone's face, blood on some others. It's all we're gonna laugh about this. I promise.
Mm.
Bad. That's a good breath.
Ho hum.
I'd do it again. In fact,
Here I go. Now that's what I call Air 2015.
love. Wait, what? Why is this hair so old? How about them Knicks?
What?
I don't know.
Sport.
Oh.
Sports.
Oh. Okay.
That's what people talk about, right?
Yeah, the Knicks. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sports.
Sports.
Yeah, y'all hear about that golf ball?
I heard about how they invented golf balls that are too powerful, and now everybody thinks that they should be banned.
Oh
Damn, that's
shit!
intense.
How How are they too powerful?
They just bounce too good. Like
Oh.
they used to. Okay, I don't play golf, and I just watched one like 10-minute YouTube
You
video
recommend a YouTube
explaining
video?
this.
Yep.
But what I understand, it used to be that there was like some golf balls that were good for short distances and some golf balls that were good for long distances. The long distance ones had less control, short distance ones had more control. But I guess Titleist invented a golf ball that's good at everything and better. And there's like a graph of the drive distances for golfers, and there's this huge spike when Titleist introduced the new Super Golf Ball. And everybody is like, ah, fuck, we have to make all new golf courses because the ones that we designed, assuming
Oh,
no human
no.
man could ever strike a ball this far.
Oh no.
We have to, because there's like some that have like a curve. So the idea being you have to hit it one way and then the other way. But now golfers are so good, they just hit the ball over the entire tree line.
Right, just threw it. Sure.
Yeah. And all of
Holy
the
shit.
golf people are like, ah, shit. This is gonna ruin golf. The golf balls are too good.
Golf's ruined. Ah, gotta cancel golf.
Yeah, so and then like some tournaments have had to like discontinue some of their courses and build like longer, worse courses because the golfers are just like, I'll just hit the ball directly over all the obstacles. Thank you.
I was not aware of this, like,
Mm,
golf controversy.
the golf meta has been disrupted.
Yeah.
God, I wish I liked golf. But I don't.
Why not?
I think it has something to do with the fact that I found out that Tiger Woods is not his real name. And that shattered the illusion, and now I hate golf.
What?
It's not his real name.
Well, yeah, I know that, but that's what did it.
That's what did
Well-
it. Yeah.
Well, that and also golf is insanely boring to watch.
Yeah, golf sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I legit sat down and tried to get it. And it's like, I'm just rooting for the guy who's at the bottom, I guess, because somehow he'll catch up. But everybody's really good at doing, I don't even know what they call it, stroke? I don't know. It's like watching people bowl, and it's like, hey, this is not fun. Why am I pretending?
Hey, Nuva, are you good at stroke?
Hey,
No.
come on. Gross.
I don't even
Tell
know.
me. Tell me about
Hey,
your stroke.
Jake. That's just lewd. Come
No.
on, we're better than this.
Yeah, are we? Because your words say no, but the cadence, the voice says, oh yes.
All right.
I don't even, like, what?
Stroke.
Yeah,
Nuva, like
golf
you're
stroke.
like you're stroking.
He's talking about masturbating.
Oh.
What?
I have literally never heard it referred to as stroking.
Oh dear.
I mean, okay,
so-
all right,
so-
not
so-
to get blue, but like you're stroking a cock.
Oh, why did we have to go to that?
Because you never heard of it.
I want Jake. I want you to understand that while like you were like I was confused. I went to. Is he talking about golf? No, he's talking about swimming. No, he's talking about fucking. I'm trying like because stroke is one of those universal like things. Like it's used in a lot of things.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's like
Jake is just a
wait.
He's just a
person.
nasty
Wait,
boy.
Just Jake.
Yeah, he said the word cock. I can't with this.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
the
bridge
worst
too far.
one.
Uncle
But-
Oliver. Uncle
all right,
Oliver.
I'm sorry. Let me
Oliver,
change.
I'm
Let me
so
amend.
sorry.
Wigwam.
Absolutely
Wim-
not.
Wim.
Weenie buns.
No,
That's not even a.
that's not anything.
That's
Well-
just. That's a butt.
I guess.
Oh man, I feel bad for sex.
Wiggums.
Nobody calls their thingy Wiggums. Oh.
Thingy.
Yeah, whatever. I just say, you know,
What do you say, Nuva, when you refer to a penis?
meat
Tell me now.
shaft.
Okay. That's a good thing to know.
No, I just say dick.
Dick. Yep.
God,
Somebody ever
guys.
called it a shaft. I would not trust that person.
Not at all.
Honestly, they would be a bad person.
Yeah.
I remember Nami
Also, they're
and
kind of
his-
discounting the head, and that's
There's-
weird.
well,
They're
maybe
just
that's the
talking about
problem.
the sort of middle bit.
Or maybe there was an
never-
industrial accident.
Oh, that never
Or-
occurred
wait,
to me.
Also, when somebody refers to it as a John, a Johnson,
Ew. Oh, Johnson is funny though. That's
Johnson's
very old
fine,
man.
yeah. Trouser snake is an English thing, I think.
one-eyed trouser snake, yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Fly weasel.
Which implies the
Fly
existence
weasel.
You like that? I just made that up.
of
Oh.
it implies the existence of a
Enchanté.
two-eyed trouser snake.
Oh god. Well, maybe if you've got like a piercing or something cool like that.
Oh God, let's not talk about.
I don't think I ever want to get a Prince Albert.
Yeah, some people do, and whatever floats your boat, you know.
I will actually confess
Oh,
that when I learned
no.
about what a Prince Albert was, I
Oh,
vomited.
no.
Well, just don't.
Something
Hey,
that they don't actually want to see.
hey,
What?
Prince Albert and her can.
Uh,
Instead of in a can, get it? Yeah.
Jake,
Yeah.
I'm sending it just to you because
Good. He deserves it.
Well, you
You
better get
deserve
him
it.
out.
apparently scientists have discovered a blind snake.
Oh,
That
fun.
has no eyes, and this is
Yeah.
what it.
Oh,
is-
it for sure looks like a dick.
This is what it looks like. I'm sending it to you, Jake.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a gray, wrinkly old man dingus.
I can picture what it would
Jesus
look like, and I
Christ.
bet it's like 100% accurate.
Would you
Okay.
like to see it?
Yeah,
I-
I do.
I'm just
I
gonna
want to
put
see
it in
whatever
your pocket.
weird cave dwelling.
I
There you
would
go.
also-
I can't.
I would all.
Oh
I would-
Yeah,
god.
I've seen that. Yeah, that is what I've
This
seen.
thing.
Like,
Fucking hell.
Oh! Oh
It's-
no!
I don't know. It's kind of friendly. It looks sort of like something that would be in the
It's
Dark
like,
Crystal.
It's like a friendly sausage dick. What the fuck?
Yeah, it does look like it would
looks
have like a
like
Frank Oz
smiling.
kind of voice, maybe.
It looks sad, and I want to like just
That
It
one
looks-
is smiling. This one does not.
Yeah.
This one is.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Sal's is gonna hate us.
God, I like how that one really just has a defined head.
It's just a fat gray dick.
This-
It's bad.
It
It's
looks
bad.
like it looks like it
bad.
talks.
Yeah, it
looks like
does. It has a
It
Muppet
looks
mouth.
like a dog.
It absolutely has a Muppet mouth, like Kermit the Frog. It's going. "Aw, aw."
That was all good fun, and
Yeah, that's fun.
we enjoy ourselves here. But let's all remember that we're I don't know. There's no moral here.
Okay.
You know what? When you're looking at it from like straight on,
Uh-oh.
it looks like a friendly guy.
Oh, he's cute. I like him. Hey, you guys.
Hey guys.
Hi, you guys.
Hey, what are you all laughing about?
Are you guys laughing at me?
Oh, come on, I don't look that weird.
Oh, you should
I mean, I
watch
can't.
it.
I can't
I mean, I
tell.
don't know. Yeah.
I'm blind. So.
Jesus, what does it look like when it's eating?
Uh,
Ah,
Like a snake.
yeah, but like a
Like a
dick
snake.
snake. I'll be
Hopefully,
back.
more like a snake than a dick.
Oh, this is gonna bother me.
hopefully your
Hopefully.
dick doesn't eat things.
Ugh.
Nuva.
It is really friendly looking, though.
When his camera is straight on, it's like, oh, look at the guy. Hey.
Yeah,
I'm not that scary.
just imagine giving that guy a good
Oh
old
no,
stroke.
grow off. What is?
He'll never know.
Just just not even gonna acknowledge it.
Oh, you'd never find me. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
I mean, I would hurt a mouse.
Oh, yeah, I love a mouse.
Oh, a good mouse. Actually, I don't know what I eat.
I probably like blind cave fish or something.
Something that kind of not very agile. 'Cause I can't.
Maybe I use echolocation.
All right, I'm back.
Or maybe I just have a really good nose. Sniff him out.
Are we still talking about the dick snake?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Imagine how he must feel.
He looks,
No.
he looks like he feels pretty good.
Why
Yeah.
did God?
He's
why
like
did,
her.
Why did God decide that this was a joke?
Well, he wouldn't have ever have been able to see, so he doesn't really know that he's.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm beautiful on the inside.
Don't worry, the other snakes will tell him.
Oh.
Do snakes have dicks?
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
like a
I think
snake.
they
Yeah, well,
did.
yeah, like the snake stuff doesn't look anything like this. So, like, this would be like, imagine if it turns out there's alien species that has genitalia that looks exactly like a human being,
That'd be weird.
and they're like
With
looking
like
at,
arms and everything.
yeah, they're like looking through
Yeah.
telescopes at Earth and are just like fucking laughing their asses off. Look at these fucking things.
Yeah.
They rule the planet. It's a dick planet.
Like, wow, look at these fuckers who died like 5 billion years ago from global warming.
What's called a
Do
hemi
you-
penis?
Do you think Sal's came back already, saw the chat, and then left?
It's possible. It's possible.
There's no way he's kissing this long.
Well, it could be another Stones situation.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh no.
He's had 2 of those. I can't believe it.
He's had like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Ah,
Ah! What's
He's got
that
like a
fuck?
machine gun under there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What even, like, how
I
do
don't
you...
know. He just loves citrus, I guess.
Oh, is it
Is
because
that what does it?
I
don't
mean,
know.
milk and citrus, from what I understand,
Oh, weird.
like calcium buildup.
Ah.
I'm genuinely
Well, no,
afraid.
actually, fun fact: they can actually be composed of a couple of different substances. That is one of the more common ones, but there's like a couple of different things they could be.
Mm-hmm.
I always just assumed it was like junk food and soda.
Yeah, I heard
I mean,
it was like
that's a
soda
contributing
pop that would
factor.
get you.
It's all the tea he drinks.
Yeah, I
he's
think
All that bergamot.
acid also really acid encourages it to produce them or something.
It's salts, sugars, acids.
So all the
sugar,
good stuff.
So everything.
Yeah.
All the good
salt,
things. in
acid,
life.
fat, and
Just
meat.
just drink
Yeah,
water.
That's a good show. I like
That's all
it.
the human body needs.
Well, no. But you drink water.
Yeah.
Eh.
You can survive off just water.
No, you cannot.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What if it's mineral water?
Then yes, you can survive off of mineral water.
Okay, that's good.
If you're in a desert and you have a lifetime supply of Gatorade, you will survive. Or is it Powerade? Whatever.
I've
Doesn't
written
matter.
this down.
Yeah, it's good to know.
I'm gonna get some mineral water now that I think about it.
I don't want to piss a stone.
Why not?
I don't want to know what it's like to give birth ever. Frankly, the first time I watched Junior, I assumed, because I watched it when I was 7, that he gave birth to a baby via his urethra, and I hated that movie.
Hi,
It
I'm
is-
back.
Oh,
Came back
hi.
just in time, Sal.
Don't look at the chat.
Yeah, too late.
No.
It was right there.
Oh,
It's a friend.
it is a friend. He says hi.
Hey, Al.
Hi, how's it going, Sarl?
His name is
Just
Pete.
be your friend.
His name is Old Johnson.
I'm blind and I live in caves.
I've been around since the war, but I don't mean no harm. I love everybody.
I can't tell how ugly I am because I can't see.
Oh,
Anyway, you are now in the guard.
So this is why you can't leave us alone for more than 5 minutes.
I
It's
mean,
really a mistake.
I've
You're
learned my
welcome,
lesson.
Oliver. You're welcome, Oliver.
You have to from future now. You have to cath yourself when you GM.
Yeah, like as soon as you were
Just have a
gone, the
bedpan.
conversation started poorly and just went downhill, and then these guys showed up. So
The Nix is not a poor way to start a
I mean,
conversation.
right
I think,
after that, it really tumbled
It all
downhill.
started, yeah. Knicks, then I
Well,
said golf ball, and then
Golfing.
it all went downhill, and then Tiger Woods, and then
What?
These guys were a
It's
welcome
strokes.
addition to the chat.
No, I like
Um,
these guys. Yeah, I'm glad we ended up here.
Alright.
Stroke.
Mm,
Anyway,
Stroke.
stroke.
Oh, that's how
this
it
is why you
happened.
Yeah.
this is why you should always have your wireless headset on, Styles.
No.
I mean, I did have it on. I just wasn't going to bring it into the bathroom
You know what? I'm very happy.
because that would seem rude.
Yeah.
That would be weird. Yeah.
I've had
Yeah.
friends. I've had friends talk to me on the phone while they're on the toilet. It's
No.
It's weird. Don't do that.
Hey,
Oliver.
you can do it if they don't know.
That doesn't sound right.
Dude, that sounds like a very threatening. Some bad energy around what you just.
Anyway, you're now in the guardhouse at the Sensi Palace. You can't be seen. There's 3 guards with you.
You won't be seen. I take off my hat and I revert back to Kasumi. I'm like, there. Does this look more like your description?
Yes, it does.
I mean, to be
Okay,
fair,
I'm gonna put the hat back on so whenever you take me in, nobody will know.
I mean, to be fair, hey,
by all means.
you guys are doing a good job. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't feel like what
Respect
happened.
the troops.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yes, the guards then comport you across the palace grounds and into the palace building itself, where you are once again back in the main foyer of the Sensi Palace. Cesare,
Hello.
you've been informed that someone claiming to be Kasumi has returned. And
Kill him like the rest.
Well, the rest, no.
but you're also currently in a meeting.
With who?
Rodrigo Fatazo
My dad.
and Septima Lodovico.
Great.
Dang, you got everybody, you got the whole gang here.
The whole gang, 2 people.
2 people.
And Septima has given you some interesting news.
Interesting, I say, after hearing the news.
Well, yes, you would. But Septima's news is that her uncle, who ran her family,
Uh-huh.
was being especially intransigent over whether or not to try and upend the Morsinis upon Septima telling him that there's evidence that the Morsinis are involved in the slave trade, or that the Grand Prince is.
Huh. Maybe he's involved.
As a result, Septima has locked him in a bedroom and has essentially taken over the family.
Woo!
Yeah, so I fucking give her a high five. I'm not there, but I give her I shoot a high five into the room with a water blast.
Yeah, I've got like a little cup. I got like a little cup of espresso on the desk, and it like rises up into a hand.
It just does like a thumbs up, like you remember the thumbs up thing from Terminator, where his hand
Yeah.
slowly melts into that.
Septima watches this and goes, well, that was strange, but yes. So
This is excellent news.
I thought you might appreciate that. Personally, I think I was overdue for the job.
Absolutely. Not that you need it, but my full endorsement.
I appreciate it. Unfortunately, it is meaningless because you're not even known to be in the city, but I appreciate it.
We can solve that problem quickly or soon.
I think so. So you now have two of the, well, 2.5. One. You have 2.5 families behind you
Half
between the
because
senses of
the
Fatazos
Ludovico.
and, well, we're still not sure where the Ludovicos stand, but I think we will be of assistance.
Why do you say you think? Because you don't have
We
full.
don't have very much in the way of actual manpower,
This is true.
but
In
we
a
do control the
sense,
lifts.
helpful. Always helpful. I have actually spoken with oh boy, time to open my Google Drive to remember the name of the Andino captain. Da 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 da. Cesare is like going through files in his cabinet. What was his name?
Sorry, I'm old.
1 second. Filed under
Jacopo.
people. Jacopo. But
What?
we already had a
There's
Jacob
another.
the campaign.
Oh, I
Yeah, now
lost.
there's 3 of them.
Yes, Jacopo and Dino came to arrest me, I suppose. And he has been made aware of what the Morosinis are up to, and I have instructed him to try and get a meeting with myself and Filomena and Dino. I remember that, right, Sals? That's the person
Yes.
currently in charge. Yeah,
Mhm.
Filomena. And if you all were here as well for that meeting, that would certainly give some leverage for the whole business.
Incidentally, the rest of your party, as you're sort of filing in, you do see that there's a carriage sort of being allowed through the not sort of being actually being allowed through the gate of the Sensi Palace. And as you are loitering around in the foyer, Agrippa enters into Cesare's office. Don Cesare,
Yes.
Sadoriodo et al. Have returned from their sojourn.
Excellent. So it is not just Kasumi. You may invite them in.
It may grow crowded in your office.
I see.
Might I recommend the south sitting room?
Very well.
Additionally, Donna Andino's carriage has arrived.
Interesting. Sals, this is more a question for you, I guess. So Septima has arrived, Rodrigo has arrived, Philomena has now arrived here. Surely the Morosinis must be like, what's going on?
There's an army coming.
That doesn't seem very normal.
This is a very interesting tea party that Luella is devising.
Did
Yes.
they come secretly, or is it just... I mean, even if they did, like how...
Septima arrived in a coach.
Okay.
Philomena is arriving in a carriage.
Okay.
Rodrigo arrived in one of his sedan chairs.
This is how long since her doctor was assassinated? Not assassinated, self-defense, whatever.
A little assassinated.
Eh.
This is like this is the next day.
All right.
Actually, no, I lied. This is like 2 days later.
Oh, damn. All right. Cool. Yeah. So Andino, Sensi, Ftazo, we're just missing Gremio and Antel, right? As far as the other influential.
You're also missing the Teamster guys. I forget their names.
Oh yeah, but they're not like they're still minor, but they're not like minor.
Yeah, but so are the Intamanellis at this point. The Roganzinis.
Yeah. The Roganzinis, that's right. Right. But so it's like Gremio, Ludovico, equivalent footing. Sensi, Morosini, Fotazzo, actual families, and then it's like Rogonzini and Antelmi.
Yeah. And apparently
Yeah.
Ferrari.
And yes, the Ferrari.
And then the Andinos are sort of floating around in there
Right,
with
right,
some
right.
very intangible power, but still there. Just because of how,
because they run the courts.
yeah, just how important they are to like various functionings of the city.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure I've got everything straight
Mm-hmm.
as far as that goes. But so, like, as far as major people who are currently missing from this meeting, it's basically just the Gremios and then potentially the Broganzinis. But
Yes.
okay,
So, Agrippa has outfitted the. It's early afternoon, maybe about 2 o'clock. Agrippa has set up the sitting room to receive visitors. There are some snacks, coffee and tea and cakes are being served. And soon, so Cesare, you get there first with Septima and Rodrigo. Afterwards, Agrippa leads the party and its various hangers-on into the room also. This is the first time that Cesare has seen them since they disappeared.
yes. What did you do? Who can say? We'll never know.
I mean, you could ask.
What did you do?
Well, we went to follow up on some leads and try to investigate some stuff. We disguised ourselves.
Always works.
I executed him, man.
Okay, also happens.
He deserved it.
Yeah, of course. Let's not talk about that here.
Septima and Rodrigo exchange looks at you.
Yeah, I was like, let's not talk about that right now.
I frown. I also have banana shipped, and that's really satisfying.
What exactly were you doing down there?
Yes, what were you doing down there? This is a funny question to ask Jake, who is not here for that session. I suppose I played Kasumi at that time, so I can talk to him. But maybe
Yeah.
instead, like, Pao can answer or something.
Or, Rodrigo actually looks more directly at Sada.
Is Kolvar still with us?
Kolvar is still with you.
All right.
Oh god.
I don't know if I'm there or not.
Are the two?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
whole
okay.
party is.
Well, I didn't know if we caught up.
Nope,
We found-
the party is in there.
Okay, cool.
One of the Morosini's contacts betrayed them.
That is true, or is it one of those lies that spies tell people because they're liars?
A spy lie, if you will.
Yeah.
It's true.
How do you
I mean,
know?
it's to the best of our judgment, we vetted him. If he is lying,
Also, he's here right now, so you can kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
he hasn't been out of our sight since we met up with him.
All right, that's good. What did you do with him?
We tracked
You mean
down
do-
his contact, who went to his contact, and his contact was the spy master for the Morosinis.
Oh god.
Oh no.
And continue the story.
And it turns out he's also not a fan of the Morosini slave trade.
Okay. Convenient he knows about it?
Yep.
Well, I guess he would have to, otherwise he would be
Yes,
a pretty miserable spy master.
You're
and-
speaking of Reggio Morosini.
Oh, is it who I'm? Okay, I thought. Never mind. I'm getting my things mixed up.
No, the
no,
name
that's
that he
not.
just said,
He had a
that
different
Rodrigo
name.
just said, is a different name.
Yeah. What
No,
was the
I
name?
thought he said he was the spy master, but I guess maybe I'm remembering wrong.
No, he was
That's what I meant.
somewhere else.
Armand's
Why did that?
Armand
Said
Morris.
he was a part of the Morosini spy network. Apparently high enough
sorry.
to be able to access this information, but not.
I mean, yeah,
A
apparently
high
also high
ranking,
enough
a
to
high
try and
ranking
make an
part.
argument becoming the head.
He was a high-ranking spy within their
What is his
organization.
name?
Armand
What is his
Morosini. He was from the.
Armand.
He's from the frig. What's the French nation called again?
Yeah.
Montfaucon.
Montfaucon. Yeah, from the Montfaucon branch of the family.
Yeah, it's a hard word to say.
Rodrigo looks at you, Cesare. Have you ever heard of this person?
I have never. If I was back in the office, I would start like looking through the papers again. Agrippa,
Yes.
could you
Done.
find what it is that we know about this Armand Morosini and bring it to me if you could? Or you might happen to know. You happen to know many things, it seems, but
I do my best, but I will bring you what files we have on Armand Morosini. Agrippa bows and leaves the room.
And Armand Morosini then told you what? He is not in agreement with what the Morosini family is doing vis-a-vis their slave trade, and therefore,
Yeah.
and Cesare kind of like waves his hands like an ant. So
He has the discerning evidence, the most damning evidence to put them away. That he's collected himself from his
do you
position.
have it?
He's getting it right now. Hopefully.
Okay, how
He's getting it to bring it where?
bring it?
Where did we tell him to bring it?
Here.
To
Septima and Rodrigo's faces both drop
okay, Agrippa.
as they both appear to be gripped with terror.
We might Agrippa, could you tell me what the status of those mercenaries are right now in Lowtown?
Agrippa's
Perhaps you
currently
could-
not in the room.
That's I realize.
He's like reaching behind him frantically for Agrippa, not finding his coat.
Where's that fucking bell?
Agrippa?
We may need to. Well, he hopefully is good at doing the spying, as you have implied, and will not attract attention. But we've already attracted a fair amount of attention to this location. We may need to start immediately mobilizing the mercenaries that we have in Lowtown and loading them up here in case the Morosinis sense that they're weak and they need to strike. I mean, this would be a pretty great time to do it, wouldn't you say? Where everybody is in the same house at the same time.
Yes, and if they presume that we're all against them, they must realize that they're in an extraordinarily precarious position.
They probably ought to. If they did not, they would be fooled. Who in the party is the fastest? Oh, it's Pow. What am I fucking saying?
If we move your mercenaries up to Hightown with the lifts, it will attract attention. Once we start doing this, we cannot go back.
This is true. So we need to come to a decision right now, and I suppose we need to do it with Philomena here as well.
At which point the doors slam open, and a very statuesque woman walks in.
Hello.
Large hair, heavily made up. She has a little in the Montfarcy style. She has a little heart on her cheek.
She's got a heart on her cheek.
Yeah, like a little
like
beauty
a
mark.
Oh,
okay. Wait, are you saying mark or heart?
Heart.
Both.
Okay.
Mark
It's a beauty mark in the shape of a heart. A
I
fake
see.
one.
Now I understand.
Yes.
I thought it was like a tattoo of an actual heart.
She has her arms spread out as if she slammed open the doors herself, but you do see that there's a pair of servants who have opened them for her. Agrippa is behind her holding some papers, and she enters. She's practically radiant. In fact, she is a little. Her various jewels apparently are been enchanted to cast their own glow.
Aki was jealous.
I am here to talk.
Who are
I
you?
stand immediately, deep bow. Thank you for attending, Philomena. We are very happy. Much to discuss, and as we have just learned, little time to do it. So,
And so it is true that Cesare di Sensi has become the ruler of the Sensi family. Is it still di Sensi, or are you going to go to Sensi now?
I think Sensi is appropriate.
Yes. How lovely. And she goes over to you and she gives you a kiss on both cheeks. It is so lovely to see you.
When I kiss the heart, is there a slight like control person spell? I have to do a resist against it.
No.
Yes, yes.
All right. Indeed, and it is wonderful to see you. But again, news has been just days and days of news after news.
I'm sure. Oh, and Rodrigo, it is a pleasure to see you. And Septima, I had not expected to see you here. Although, no, you are a friend of Cesare. Now I remember. We haven't seen each other in so long. What was it? Oh, I think you were at the opera last 2 weeks ago, no? It's been a long time.
While she's doing her introductions to everybody, I try and sneak over to Agrippa and see these papers that he's grabbed.
Right. It's not especially long. Armand Morosini is a person that you have collected some information on. He's half elven. He is a transplant from Montfaucons, as you have discovered. The son of the Morosini head of the trade post there, and a local elven noble. Apparently born out of wedlock.
So he's a bastard who wants to rule the family. Incredible.
There isn't very much on him. He returned to Viven only about a year ago, where it was not clear where he was being put to work. Although apparently now, since he's apparently a spy, that makes a bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, he is 19 years old.
All
Wow.
right.
All right,
He's a
nerd.
baby.
For an elf, or just he's just 19 years old.
Yeah, no.
This isn't elf years or anything. This is 19 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, he is 19 years old. And
Okay.
remember, in Logos,
Yeah, I'm aware.
things age at about the same rate, except
You
they
just kick
They
around.
slow
just, they
down.
just keep going, yeah.
They hit adulthood and basically stop.
Yeah. Until they get to several hundred years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cesare is almost impressed. Damn, he's bold. If anything that he said is true, because for all we know, he's just going back there to say, "Hey, kill the senses."
Cesare the Sensi is in charge. He has all of the traitors in one spot right now. Go kill them. Raise the army. Get the Marines.
The Marines. I mean, I guess of course, Viven would have Marines.
Oh, they have pretty good Marines, actually.
But they better. It'd be a shitty.
Yeah, be a bad maritime empire. But yes. At this point, Philomena and Dino walks over to you, Sada, and the rest of the party, and goes, "Oh, and I don't know all of you. More friends of Cesare to meet.
Yes.
Hello." And she grabs your hands. "What is your name?"
I am Akio.
And you
I
are the
wasn't
most
asking.
beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Would you like to join out to heaven?
Oh god.
Cesare brings his finger up to his mouth and bites on it really, really hard.
Nice to meet you.
Are we in disguise still, or are we not?
I don't
That
think so.
depends.
Please take off your
Did you take
disguise.
off your hat?
Yeah, I did.
I guess
It
I
is-
have
it
taken
is-
my hat off.
It is an honor to meet a beautiful woman.
Oh, nice.
Who is this charmer? Cesare, I didn't know you ran with such interesting men. Although, actually, I suppose I
Actually,
did.
I was like, I was trying to think of what? How dare you? I only adventure with interesting men. What are you talking about? This is Akio. He is one of Sada's heads of her government.
Oh, heads of state, heads of family.
All heads of state for the budding kingdom of Sirugu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your Majesty, it is a pleasure to meet you. Now, why have you dragged me here to your home, Cesare?
The Morosinis are involved in the slave trade. We have compelling evidence against them. Donatella is becoming
Increasingly unhinged.
increasingly unhinged. It's an excellent way of putting it, and we all have to stand united in a decision to do something about it, or else she will simply become too powerful to stop.
Yes. Well, that sounds very important, and I happen to agree. And she sort of falls heavily into a big puffy chair that a servant had very adroitly placed behind her.
It's an animated chair that walks behind her.
Yes. You know what? Yes.
It's this big divan that just lumbers around. It's a golem, but it's a divan golem.
Yes, it's actually a challenge rating 10 creature. It's her bodyguard.
But it's very luxurious.
Yes, and she looks very comfortable. So she falls down into that. And I would love to support you because, frankly, it is time that Donatella has been put in her place. She has caused all manner of no shortage of grief and uncertainty in our esteemed republic. But I have an issue.
What would that be?
Well, you see, my family is severely in debt to the Grand Bank of Aven. And the Grand Bank of Aven is more or less a vassal of the Morosinis, despite its apparent
No
independence.
needs. No, it is not apparent in any way. It is basically a known fact.
I'm glad we are on the same page. So, there is a fear from members of my family that moving against the Morosinis while they still hold that sword above our necks could be disastrous, and my position as patriarch is tenebrous at best. We have, you may know that my family leadership has changed hands a few times since you left Viven so
I
long ago.
am aware of this. But I have a few questions
Oh,
you
excuse me.
have just said. First of all, of course, while it is known that basically the Morosini family controls the bank and uses it as their own private one, in order to keep appearances, at least to the public, it is known that it is instead owned by Viven and controlled by the Grand Prince. We, of course, know conveniently the Grand Prince is Donatella, and therefore functionally it is that of the Morosinis. But should Donatella cease to be the Grand Prince and the Morosinis cease to be in control in that regard, the bank would fall into someone else's hand, and these debts could be assuaged in some way. Second of all, if they try to make the argument or some kind of play to keep it, well, the last family that was accused credibly of slave trading, you recall what happened to their ownership of the bank.
Oh yes, he was thrown off the arch. So this is appreciated. And for myself, that would be enough. But there are members of my family less brave than I. I would need assurances from the bank itself that our debts would not be called into question immediately upon our raising flags against the Morosinis, or would be used as leverage over us by whoever controls it next. To be quite honest, it would be the preference of the Andino family for the bank to be truly independent of the whims of Viven's rulership. Given that it is such a powerful entity and important to us all.
I agree.
Sada?
Thank you.
Yes.
Sada?
What?
It would be preferable if perhaps the various leadership, the leadership of the bank could be perhaps revised into a body that chose its own leadership, and the leadership of the body was chosen by the 5 families. This, I think, seems equitable.
I do not necessarily have a problem with this, but it will be something that will take quite a bit of doing. As you know, we are all friends here, of course, but anything that involves politics and the control of money will, as we see now with quote unquote the Grand Prince in being control of the bank, we will find a way to make the bank in some fashion or another under the heel of one family, or the concern is simply that whoever these people that are given responsibility of it become their own power or a family of their own. I am simply raising the concern that I do not know if we can create such a governing body on such short notice, but I think, and I point of Taz to Rodrigo and to Septima, I do not think we are opposed to it.
I have no issue with it. No, no, our family does not have a bank. Honestly, it is in our interest for the Grand Bank to be independent as well. So, on this point, I brought some things, if we are to be doing this together.
Some things.
Yes, some papers.
Interesting.
That I would like you 3 to sign with me.
May I see the papers?
They're very simple. They are simply papers saying that you commit to ensuring that the Bank of Viven is an independent entity from the Grand Prince or any one family of Viven as soon as possible.
The Sensi family has their own bank, right?
Sensi family does have their own bank.
That they manage their finances through.
The Andino family also had their own bank, but it collapsed.
Yes.
The Fatazos have their own bank, but it's really just for internal borrowing between various trade posts.
How is the government is it taxation? Where does the government get its money from?
The actual government of Viven?
Yeah, the actual government of Viven, yes.
The taxation, yes. There is the primary source of revenue for the office of the Grand Prince is from taxes on traffic through the Arch, and that's how it's been since events existed. People wanting to get into the to the Sea of Sails to trade with the 7 cities.
Mm-hmm.
Traders from the 7 cities seeking to reach the rest of the world.
I see.
They all have to pass through the Arch.
Yeah, it's only a very recent phenomenon that the bank, well, literally like 2 years ago, that it fell under the command of the
Yeah.
government.
During the entire time the Gremios were running it, and they ran it actually pretty well.
Yeah. This is fine. The Gremios aren't here, but at this point it's kind of too late to get them. I imagine they wouldn't be super thrilled about it.
Oh no, they would want the bank back, and that is
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Yes.
If we are
so
not, if
that
the
would
Andinos are not going
be-
to be under the Morosini thumb, they're not going to be under the Gremio thumb as well.
Oh no, for certain, I would not wish to return to this state of things that were in the past. I simply do not want to make a permanent enemy out of the Gremios, but we could also simply make a permanent nothing out of them, I suppose.
To be perfectly honest, I am of the opinion that they are a permanent nothing. I think that Donatella's been having the Grand Bank obscure their finances to keep them in competing with the Lodovicos as part of the five families. I don't think they're here anymore. To be quite honest, they never had a trade empire like the rest of us. Not anything to speak of. All they had was the bank. And the bank is gone.
Yes, the bank is gone.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I don't really have any say in the politics of this country, but still.
No, but you do have a say in the politics of this room. You're clearly esteemed enough to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
So your support is appreciated, Lady Ryodo. Or
Thank
Queen Ryodo? Daimyo Ryodo. I'm not sure.
Just call me Sada.
As you wish, Sada.
I mean,
You may call me Philomena.
All right then, Philomena.
Yeah, now we are on the same terms. Have you tried these cakes? They're very good.
I'll try a cake. Then I get poisoned. Oh.
The cakes are very good,
Nice.
I am.
but they're also poisoned.
Oh no! It was the good poison.
Yes, roll fortitude.
Oh no.
Oh,
How
it's
is
okay.
this-
It's all right. I made it, guys. I don't
Okay.
notice. I don't notice the cake
Oh.
is poison.
That's good. How is this document meant to be enforced, and how is it meant to be interpreted? I recognize, of course, that you are Donna Andino and therefore have a fair amount of legal knowledge under your sway. But, well, forgive me. It says we will try our best to have the bank be independent. What level of independence is this? How is it determined? Simply that we are to set up a commission upon its retrieval from the Morosini clutches, and then
Essentially, what I want is for the Governor General of the bank is not to be appointed by the Grand Prince or by the Gremio family, but rather for the first time to be elected by its board.
The board of the
councillors.
bank,
Yes.
and the board of the bank being a body not loyal to anybody because they are
They're entirely loyal
unbribable.
to essentially the bank, making money, which is really
Right.
what the bank should be loyal to.
Will it be staffed with Iterons? No offense, Shunichi.
None taken.
How are they to remain so?
Well, currently, there is one councillor each appointed by. Whoop! Who did we lose?
Oh,
There we go.
Rita,
Bye,
but she's
Rita.
Back from hell.
This is a short trip.
Yeah. Look, sometimes you just gotta go down the hill for like a couple seconds.
Mhm.
Tell
down.
the tortures to stop screaming so loud.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pop down for a cup of sugar. So yes, So currently, yes, there are 5 chosen, one each by each of the 5 families, and then there are 4 additional ones that are essentially promoted through the bank itself. And the counselors is the one, in total, is the ones who promote those 4. So it is that body, the people who do most of the running of the bank on every given day, to actually select the governor general, presumably from among their ranks.
Is there a window in this room? Can I like peek out of it to see if there's just like a bunch of more sceney down the fair?
They're just sort of sitting on the front lawn. You don't see
The guy with the
Any-
megaphone. Anytime.
Yeah, no, you don't see. Yeah, there's like a riot tank walling towards the gate. No, there's nobody there.
You.
Okay.
What if they're invisible?
I have qualms with what you have just described, but I recognize that that is not necessarily what we are agreeing to presently, simply that we intend to do something about ensuring the bank is not permanently under the control of the Grand Prince, to which I agree. I do not trust men who can be bribed. 9 is an easy thing for any of us to do. I think we can recognize that if we were to be honest with ourselves.
I think so, but I also think that that is at least somewhat balanced by the fact that any of us can bribe them.
Yes, but look at the position we are in now. When one of us starts to run away, we really start to run away, don't we? But then I guess we all come together and decide to stage a coup. So, yeah, checks and balances in a sense.
How it has always been.
I will agree to this, but there is a question I do not think we are addressing still. When the Morosinis are taken care of, there will be no Grand Prince.
A quiet overcomes the room.
Well, how have you done it before? I mean, didn't the champions Sardinia like kill a Grand Prince back
They
when?
did, yes, famously.
It is an elected position.
It is an elected position.
Every
But who would be voting on this?
I
because-
presume it would be the same as previous elections. Every landowner.
Did you say, sorry, I think you cut out. Every landowner in Viven?
Yes.
Is it, but like determined by how much land they have?
No, it's 1 vote per person, but you have to own property in order to actually vote.
I see.
Which obviously cuts out a lot of people.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, sure, it's Viven. Like, welcome to the city of coin. What do you want? We are all aware that presently there is a fair amount of unrest in this city, disagreement and anger over the current state of the control of the government. Do we think that we can get away with then throwing the city into chaos for months as we try to organize a vote to replace Donatella in these exceptional times?
What are you suggesting? That we don't have a vote? We wouldn't be very much of a republic then. To be clarifying, we're not very much of a republic now.
No, we are not much of a republic. Partially, I suppose it is what is presently being dealt with. But what normally, when the next Grand Prince is elected, there is a current Grand Prince that is keeping the government.
Not true,
run.
actually, Cesare. Before you continue, the Grand Prince is a lifetime position.
Yeah.
Oh, so they
Only
die
vote on
and then
new
it's
ones when
just
they
like
die.
nobody fucking knows. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the previous Grand Prince's government remains in power to just like operate things and hold the vote.
Well, then clearly that would not be acceptable to us.
No, the Morosini Donatella's government needs to be removed entirely.
And then we cannot simply have no government for a span of however many months.
I am sensing that you are directing this conversation towards something.
I simply believe that we should be fully in an understanding of what is about to happen, and instead of trying to be coy and sly and be hidden about things, to simply recognize that yes, this is a step that would be necessary to take. We cannot simply unseat the Morosinis and then just say, oh, whoops.
A shared government, then. Surely, if we can overthrow the Grand Prince together, then we can at least run the city for a month.
Is this Philomena or is this Rodrigo or
Septima, actually.
Septima? A shared government by the people who are presently in the room.
I don't see why not.
I don't think they mean you, Kasumi.
Kasumi looks to.
Akio is now in charge.
Kasumi looks at Cesare expectantly.
Congratulations, Kolvar. You are a drunk in a bar.
I was more referring to the members of the
Of course.
Japanese families.
Yes, they love to joke, don't they? He says, looking very angrily. They love to tell funny jokes.
Yeah. Can't lie. That's it. Yeah.
Rodrigo coughs and cleans his glasses. This would seem to be a appropriate suggestion, although even then it would make sense to have a interim head of state to at least see to that administration.
Well, Philomena, you said it yourself. Everybody present in the room right now has a say about the future of this city will be, just by virtue of being in this room. Perhaps the smartest thing to do here would be to hold a vote as a republic and all that.
Yes, this seems wise. Of course, what would happen if we all vote for ourselves?
I said everyone in the room.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not just the Fifen, everyone. I think you mean the everyone.
That is placing a lot of... not to insult your friends, and they are such wonderful friends, but that seems to put a lot of power in the hands of
A foreign
outsiders.
Well, we did grow up in Viven.
Oh, I did not know.
They did grow
But
up
still,
in
you are the head of...
I can
state of a
understand.
foreign
I can still
power.
understand that as well. Yeah. Though I do want to see the best for Viven. So, like I said, it was our home.
It was my home, bitch.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sada and her party have done many good things for Viven.
Sada and her party have also built up a strong relationship with you, Cesare. This is not quite so subtle as you think.
They have also built up a strong relationship with Rodrigo Ftazo. And in general, in my time that I have spent with them, I would actually allow you to know that you might not be so correct about assuming that they would immediately throw in a vote for me. They have a strong, and he says this with as much distaste as possible, ethic.
Also, I'm here.
Hey, Kasumi goes to herself incredulously and looks.
There is a knock on the door.
Me?
Yes, please come in.
Agrippa opens the door and in enters a very young, long-haired, half-elven man with a goatee.
There he is.
Oh shit!
Damn it!
How'd he get here?
A vote too.
He looks around the room. He's holding a pile of papers. He goes, so the proverbial gang is all here.
And it detonates.
Yeah. he pulls out a machine gun.
Yeah, say hello to my little friend.
Agrippa behind him is just like, I always hated this family.
Agrippa closes the door.
Oh fuck.
He is gonna pull out a machine
My
gun.
name is Armand Morosini.
Yes. We have heard of what you have told the others. Have you brought what you said you would bring?
I have not heard, Philomena says,
Ah,
holding her hands up by her head. I have
this-
no idea what's going on,
this
except that now there's a
individual-
Morosini in the room, and that seems disastrous.
I am aware. Well, Cesare looks at his book. Not an especially important one. So if he were to go missing, it would not be too much of a big deal.
Cesare, roll perception.
Okay. Is it under a disguise? 33.
You see Armand visibly, well, subtly grimace as you say that. Yes, well, sometimes it is the smallest of us who do the greatest.
Oh, believe me,
Things.
I am very much in your corner here, and I am quite impressed. I just want you to know that you are, gambling with fire, as the expression goes.
Is that the expression? My Viennese is not necessarily so adroit.
Yes, it is the expression, I believe. There you go.
Mm.
Gambling with fire. The fire jugglers, and they gamble because they juggle.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. I remember that.
Yep.
common Viennese expression, everybody
Don't you remember
knows.
that? Don't you remember that fair on Lowtown, pal, where the fire juggler accidentally ate one of his fire
Oh
juggles?
man,
Yeah.
it was
Ah,
brutal.
so- And he was like, "Oh, it's so spicy! Ah!"
Tatsu and Kolvar look at each other and then roll their
He
eyes.
died, Akio.
Oh,
But like all gambling, there can be a high payoff. So have you brought what it is that you said you would bring?
I did. And he, with that, tosses the parcel onto the coffee table in front of you, where it lands with a heavy thud, causing the various silverware and porcelainware to jiggle and shift.
Damn,
Then
that's a
explode.
lot of paper.
Okay.
Correspondence from my cousin, her husband,
I
the
start flipping through it.
commendatory of the Castel D'Onofrio, as well as certain individuals important to the previously unknown Viennese slave trade.
Yeah,
I think
alright,
you might
well,
find it quite damning. Yeah, that's Cesare. You
That's what it is.
you go through it, and yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is what it is.
Which means that you show that to the Antamanellis, they'll follow you. You show that to the Roganzinis, they'll follow you. And you show that to Roberto Grimio, he'll probably fall in line.
I bet if you show it to the Ferraris, they'll also join up.
Yes, I should think so, but
The
I
carriage
don't think
makers.
The Ferrari is, yes, they tried to make luxury carriages. It didn't work out.
If only they had caught onto the automated Palanquin business.
The Ferrari family, I don't think is especially relevant, unless I have missed something.
No, I do not believe so. Well,
I'm just looking at the people who aren't in this room yet, and who actually have manpowers at the control behind you.
I would like to speak with you privately.
Me?
Yes.
I am honored. By all
If you
means.
would excuse me briefly.
All right. You take Armand into a side room, little sitting chamber.
So, you are betraying the Morosini family. Why is this?
I am saving the Morosini family. They have strayed very far from a a good and upright path. I intend to set them right.
Yes, you intend to set them right because, as I understand, part of your agreement with Sada was that you would become the new head of house for this Morosini family.
He smiles. Well, it has been my experience that the Viennese Morosini branch has become rather rotten.
Well, I
almost
do
to
not
its-
agree. I do not disagree, but
No, as I
How
understand,
will
you have
this-
had some major disagreements with my family members here.
you may say so, as you have. How would you do this?
Well, if Donatella was to no longer be the patrician, then it would fall to her brother. You've already seen to Pietro Morosini's incapacity for leadership.
Yes.
So it would fall to the next person, who is Valentino Morosini, Pietro's son. But Valentino Morosini, as I discovered recently, is currently in the hands of your friends from Surugu,
This is true.
and thus incapable of leading himself.
If we're going to be playing this game, the tree will go pretty far down before it reaches you, my friend, I believe. Unless there is a surprise about your lineage that I am not.
It's true. I am a lesser twig on a very large tree. But I'm also the twig that's here. Your people are making decisions that are going to change the course of event.
And the world.
And the entire Morosini family is going to be tainted if they lived here and if they did not assist in Donatella's downfall. I'm going to be the only one with my name, you, and someone is going to need to run that family. Because if they don't, the Morosini family, as we discussed, is a very large tree, and their
Yes.
branches spread wide. Viven could have major issues if that family is left around the world dispossessed of their fortunes in Viven and holdings and hungry for them back. I can prevent a severe counterattack, I think.
Yes, you could. You would need the support of the people in the room in order for that to happen,
I would.
because you would need to become the head of the Morosini family. There is going to be a little bit of a problem when Donatella is dealt with. The Morosini family will cease to be Grand Prince, or they will cease to have a Grand Prince, and elections will have to be held. But at least how the books are usually run, their government, their family, continues to run things until elections are held. Should you become the head of the Morosini family, then
I would be running things
you would be running the government.
for a
And
time.
you would be running the elections.
It's true.
I would like.
Well,
to be
it'd
Grand
really be her
Prince.
government.
It would really be whose government? Oh,
It-
Donatella's.
Donatella's, but as far as I would presume,
But there would be a lot of shakeup and stuff.
yeah, you would remove most of it. So, how are you going to handle that? Some sort of joint venture between you four? In
Potentially.
which case I could assist. Even in that as well. And mostly
Yes.
stay out of the way. You're all much older than I am. I can let one of you become Grand Prince very easily.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, I just have to stand over here and do nothing.
You could allow one of us to become Grand Prince easily.
And which one?
And which one
My,
would be a question that you would have to answer for yourself.
yes. And what would the endorsement of a hated rival do for a family's prospects in such an election?
Endorsement of a hated rival. He's Cesar's
The
like,
Morris-
all right, what is he trying to imply here? If the Morosinis endorse me? Ah, again, yes, indeed. Who could say?
It's all been
I
figured out.
believe you understand what I am saying.
I think I do.
Shazari holds out a hand. Shake it.
Armand Morosini grips it. May your rule be long and prosperous.
He holds up a finger like a shush. Let's re-enter.
All right. The two of you walk back in.
How's everyone been doing? Comfortable? We try to make
mean-
sure the upholstery is nice.
I mean, more cake.
Oh, great. We have so much cake. We ordered too many. An extra 0. It's an honest mistake.
Shunichi is holding a cake. He's not doing anything. He's just holding it and looking at it,
Okay, Shinichi,
contemplating the cake.
There's so many layers.
but I'm not allowed onto any of them.
An impossible level of layers. Number.
Life is like this cake, he says.
Count layers.
But then he doesn't elaborate.
Damn,
Uh,
wisdom right there.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's,
so I'm
it's,
crying.
it's
I
short
never-
and sweet.
I never thought of it like that.
I have spoken with Armand here. Everything that he has told us is true, and he has some interesting ideas about what he wishes to happen to his family. I will allow him to discuss it.
At which point Armand does. He elaborates on everything that he said to Cesare in that room, with obvious exceptions. In speaking about how the Morosini family basically needs to be cleaned up, and he thinks he's the person to do it, since he is A, going to be helping you, and B, new to the city, so untouched by the evil that has taken root in the Morosinis.
Indeed. Shazari snaps his fingers. Jazz snaps. So true.
It's truly a shame.
Well, then, at which point Rodrigo says, that all seems very reasonable. I am very happy to finally meet the Morosini that I can stand.
Shazari snaps again.
Such uncouthness in politics.
So, it would seem that we have 5 families, and I suspect it will be the 5 families when this is all said and done.
It would appear to be so.
So, Cesare, you wanted to hold a vote on who to run this interim government.
Yes, we may. Although the arrival of Armand brings an interesting wrinkle to this. Our concern was that there was not a Morosini we could trust who could keep the interim government. With Armand here, this is no longer a concern.
I see. So, then it would seem that Armand Morosini would be your preferred candidate. Even so, I still think we should have a vote. I have not had a secret side conversation with this man and do not know him.
You may feel free
Yeah.
to ask
Does
him.
everyone
the
want to have
same
a secret
thing
side
I do.
conversation?
Well, you've
raise my
already had
hand.
that, haven't you?
Maybe
would
we should
like-
just get this over with.
Oh, I lower my hand.
Everyone in favor of Armand Morosini leading the Morosini government, such as it is, for until the actual elections for Grand Prince are held? Raise your hand.
Akio looks
Sorry.
around.
Raises his hand.
Armand raises his hand.
I raise
wow.
my hand.
Akio raises his hand. Do I even count?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
I'm not sure if we actually established if the Sarukans counted, but oh well. And Philomena raises her hand. Septima, seeing Cesare raise his hand, raises hers.
Everybody was doing it.
Sada, Paulina,
Yeah.
you could vote in this.
I don't.
I'm not voting
see-
that way.
Technically, you are kind of a.
Yeah, you're
Are you-
not really a Fatazo yet, but
No.
You getting married?
No, shut up.
When's the wedding?
Shut up. Now's not the
That will
time
come
for this.
eventually. Huh?
but
Although,
the
even with any
there are-
vote I would make, I think we're already outnumbered, aren't we?
you do note there are two actual Fatazos in the room, and neither of them are voting for Armand.
Okay.
But at this point, well, it seems that there is already a majority. As you wish, it makes sense. Armand will run the interim government until we have an actual one.
It's agreed.
Hell yeah.
All right. Very good.
Cannons fire.
Shit.
The wall explodes.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's like
It's Donatella in a big mech.
Holy fuck.
I create a big water-based mech.
Sweet.
All of a sudden, the Pacific Rim theme song plays.
Yes, it's
Cool.
Donatella and a big money-based mech versus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She's got a big sword that's the shape of a ship.
That's cool. Does that exist? Can it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it's a big mace instead.
But the mace is a boat.
Yeah, or like there's a mace.
Make
There's a
it.
boat on top of the mace. Maybe it's like a scepter thing.
What?
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
nice.
silly.
Nah.
Well, if it's like, oh no, I can actually see
What
this
if it's
working.
like
It'd
a
actually be more like a
trident?
hammer. Yeah, if it's like a
It's a trident
Greek ship.
and it's a three-masted ship.
Oh, yeah,
So
that
the
could work.
tips of the trident are the mast of a ship.
These
I
are
was-
getting a real cute and cartoony. I like
I
it.
was thinking something more like a Roman trireme, where it's more like a hammer, and you could use the ram of the ship to actually hit
Maybe
someone.
she's got both. She's got a trident in one hand and a trireme.
Oh yeah, I should write this down. Trireme, hammer, and trident.
And like the front of the mech looks like a figurehead off of a ship, and it looks really
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay. So, how do we begin?
Building a mech?
Well,
What?
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 Billy.
Huh?
Yeah,
Alex
Gundam.
How went
snaps
into a
out of
fugue
it.
state, yeah.
Well, you know, presumably, if we were to set up a water pressure-based system,
Were you in
Oh.
the same fugue state as me?
Well, with this evidence you have now, I imagine you'll want to get the other families on your side first, right?
Yes, we should go
Would-
speak with them, although no, we should. They should know. Well, we should levy charges, but we should not wait to see how the Morosinis respond, because they may not respond the
Well,
way that they should.
yes, if Hightown is suddenly filled with Partizani, we're going to have a severe difficulty actually doing this.
Yes. Well, as it so happens, we have some troops.
Luella's crusade.
Luella's Crusades happens to still be in Lowtown. And we also happen to have a few. Cesare likes gaze drifts towards Sada's group. Elite warriors
Yeah.
who might be able to stop things before they get too hot. But yes, a game plan of some sort will have to be drafted, and I would defer more to their judgment here than mine. Kasumi, for instance, happen to have more expertise in planning battles, perhaps not street warfare, certainly not in the streets of Viven, but Septima,
We
I
did do the
imagine, can
streets
help
of,
you.
we did do the
That just presents a fun, new, exciting challenge. And
So
Indeed.
that map is actually not done yet of Viven.
okay.
sorry, Cells.
Well, it's don't worry, because we're gonna completely reshape Viven with or like we're gonna tear it to pieces.
Lowtown gone.
No, I like that place.
No,
sorry,
that's the
man.
good part.
I don't
Good
make
people.
I don't make the rules.
No, all of our old friends.
We'll tunnel under Hightown and get to the Morosini's that way, but the tunnels will collapse and level Hightown to become also Lowtown.
Yeah, it'll just become town.
Wait a
Filling-
minute, there's rats underneath the place.
We must kill the rats.
Oh yeah, the
No,
rats.
Wait, there are rats.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's this
shit.
secret rat
Yeah,
fortress.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
is this-
so good.
Rodrigo stops you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Are you
Well, I
saying
mean, look.
you're talking about the rats? Yes, there are rats in Viven.
Oh
There
no,
are rats
there's
everywhere.
there was
There's
sentient rat.
there's rat
Okay,
men.
wait, everybody.
Wait.
Let's not talk about the rats right now. It'll distract it.
I mean, look. There's no way to actually get to them because there's like tons of underground and sea. So
What?
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
It's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I think the
Eh,
only
don't
way
worry
to
about
would
it.
be take the long way from the Twin Kingdoms.
You know, technically, they actually may have infiltrated society, be living around. Armand like looks back and forth shiftily. Ah, but that would be ridiculous.
Yes. Well. Perhaps you would like to know who you might be facing with the Grand Prince then.
I would believe we would.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What you got?
Well,
2 dogs.
Oh my god, they have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
What if they have?
neck
What if it's
boats.
like actually like just 2 gargantuan dogs that
yeah.
just eat the whole army?
Yeah. The Grand Bake of Events stands up on 2 legs, starts marching down.
well, typically, Tottori Adara would be a potent force in defense of the Grand Prince, but I believe you have already seen to her.
Well,
Well, I mean, that's it. Not intentionally.
but also that's not 100% certainty.
Oh, you're saying she. Oh, that's right. There might be some
Yeah.
foolery.
We don't know the extent of her regenerative capabilities.
Well, necromancy is illegal, so it doesn't matter.
Do you
if she
think
showed-
that would stop her?
Yeah, we would simply arrest her.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's not allowed.
No.
Of course.
Go to jail and bring your, 50-foot crab with you.
That's just a myth.
Do you think a necromancer can prepare like a revive spell and they can keep it there and then when
Yes,
they go to
that's
jail
literally
and
a thing they can do.
wait. And then when they die and they get buried, they basically pull a fucking I don't know. Fake death? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I should have rolled a necromancer and been the first one to do this is all I'm saying.
No, you would. Well, okay, Logan did that, and he's.
Oh,
We never got to find out how people would actually react to the necromancer. But my
Never
guess is
mind.
poorly.
Mhm.
It's not cool anymore.
There are, given that she is not there, there are 3 people then that you need to be aware and careful of. Besides, the
The troops.
palace guard, which
Carabinieri.
is rather elite, and there will no doubt be a number of carabinieri in the palace itself. Other than that, the 3 individuals, besides the Grand Prince, which you must be careful of, are Utiauraka, the Lucre priest, and her court chaplain.
Lucre.
Yes, a priest of Olivia's Orm.
Oh, Lucre. I gotcha.
There is Medio Kappa, her court wizard, and Kadara Kadini, who
That's a magician's
By-
name.
These are
Or-
good names.
who by most estimations is the best swordsman in the city, or swordswoman,
Akio.
I should say.
Damn.
Best swordswoman in.
She's a member of the Palace Guard and serves at the whim of the captain of the Palace Guard, who, while impotent himself, is fiercely loyal to Donatello.
Of course.
Now it's gonna turn out that the ninja is also there, right?
That would be
There'll
funny.
also be certain
Oh my
courtiers.
god.
There are also a number of courtiers that may be capable of defending themselves, but if they think that you are trying to kill them. However, if not, you may find that they will simply step away and to the side. I would recommend giving them a chance to escape.
Of course.
Additionally, there are any number of ambassadors that stay at the palace. Not in the they don't live in the palace naturally. They are residents outside, but they are typically in the palace as part of their work.
Did we ever find out what ended up happening with the Shogun's ambassador? Did he eventually catch wise and come back, or did he?
I have heard of. I can answer that. Says Armand. Your ruse. Well, a person was brought in by Jacopo and Dino,
Yes.
claiming to be the new ambassador,
Yes.
and during Dottore della Vinceno's death, he
Yes.
disappeared after she melted. Her clone melted in front of him. There is some suspicion upon this person, and since he has not been able to be found yet, the suspicion only grows. However, the current or the previous ambassador from the Broken Coast still firmly believes himself to have been replaced, and despite his successor being missing, is still preparing to leave and return to the shogunate.
Okay, well, that's one less ambassador. Probably running into the Broken Coast ambassador would have been a bad scene.
No doubt.
Akio kind of sighs.
From what I have been told, he is a fine swordsman himself. Currently, however, I can tell you the ambassadors that are currently in residence. There is one from each of the 7 cities except for Rotolo.
Of course.
There is the Ardenian ambassador. The Ardenian ambassador is most recently accompanied by a champion of Ardenia,
Oh my god, what? No.
which, if you're not
Better
familiar
not
with
be.
them, could be a major issue. As far as, from what I've been told, Ardenia has been withdrawing its ambassadors or ensuring that they are accompanied by such high-level security after an issue that their ambassador had in Rothalo itself.
Is it Bones McJangles? So I can at least tell him how bad his book is?
No.
Probably not. He's the head, right?
I believe. Forgive me. No, this is a knight of some sort, one of the Ardenians in the heavy armor.
Okay.
Oh my god, is it fucking Grintanius?
No, it's Knight.
You
It's Knight
son
Art.
of you son of a bitch!
It's probably
So
Tobias.
that's where he got to.
It turns out Grintanius became a champion of Ardenia.
I almost want to actually make it him.
Oh shit!
He'll be unstoppable.
Yes, it's Grantanius, and now he's level 16.
Nah.
Oh my god.
It's okay though, because we can just roll a bluff check and say, actually, don't
Actually,
worry about it. And
Actually,
he'll
you
be
have
like,
2 teeth.
you're like, actually, you're the bad guy. And he'll be like, shit, I am.
Um,
Alright, our Dany ambassador is there. Is there an ambassador? Just out of curiosity.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You cut off when you said the
Ambassador
country.
from Montfarcon?
Yes.
Oh, there is. Wow, they're really getting around these days.
Yes, they have been sending out ambassadors for a number of countries to attempt to build their diplomatic influence and insulate them from potential issues with the Dumadines.
Of course.
The
Dumadine
instability at the
ambassador.
there is a ambassador from Dumidium, and unusually there is a ambassador from Jesolo.
Oh, wow.
My family has relations with these
Really
two
been doing
countries.
it. Yeah. Very not
and-
suspicious.
No, it's true. Forever it has been the internal estimation and external of the family that by drawing them closer to Viven, we might be able to exert economic influence to
Right.
end their slave trade,
But
but
that's
clearly
not
has worked in the other direction.
true. Yes, that's a lie. All right.
Please, this has been the case for much longer than just Donatello's reign, and as far as I can tell, the slave trade has been restricted to her.
I see. Right?
There's also the Tian ambassador.
Oh, wow. All the hits.
Hmm.
Look at all these friendly. Well, actually, that would be fun. The TN ambassador would probably be chill with us because we're fucking with the Shogun.
Yeah. Imagine
I mean,
it must be awkward.
Actually, I would note that I have had a personal conversation with the Tian ambassador. He's a interesting man, very cunning. We enjoy actually playing a
fantasy
game
chess.
that he has brought over.
Let me
Settlers
guess.
of Ardania.
Ping pong.
I was gonna say Chinese checkers, but I don't know the actual name. Oh wait, Chinese checkers is actually wasn't even
Just
made in China, was it?
checkers?
It was made in Germany.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow,
I just remembered that.
What if Armand and the TN ambassador play Pathfinder?
The Pathfinder 2 one shot was them playing.
But it's called offices and they pretend to like work in an office
Alright, I'm back.
and file paperwork.
Anyway, I have asked him about the rebellion in the Broken Coast, and he appeared entirely unaware.
Wow.
But he's
Which I
entirely
found
unaware. Jeez.
Curious.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's
Yeah.
probably pretty good because if TN, we should fix this because they would potentially be useful.
Well,
But,
this is also a conflict that has been going on for years at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the Shogun is probably doing his best to make sure nobody knows about it.
Yeah, it would look bad on him probably.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I guess to us it's important, but Cerullo
you know,
is pretty
also,
small.
it is, now that I think about it, it is tea, so it's very possible that we just didn't file the proper rebellion paperwork, and therefore it has not gone through the proper channels.
Yes, well, I'll leave that to you to discover.
Very well.
And then there is the Grand Prince herself.
Yeah.
Who sucks and can't do anything.
Well,
level 1 in CR or whatever.
as far as I know, Donatella Morosini has never been especially known for self-defense capacity. I don't think she would put up much fight.
Well, ideally, we do not execute Donatella, but she simply is taken for trial. It would not be a great look for the new government to just kill her. Crimes, of course, being known. Things can happen, though, I suppose.
If it was slavery, wouldn't it be an execution though?
It would, but you would have to have a trial first.
Right,
I
right,
suppose we
yeah,
could
yeah.
have our own trial very quickly. And here.
What?
The Andinos, they run the courts.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
Philomena, we could just do a trial and decide that she has to be executed, and then she'll say no, and then you guys go in and do it. But that would be a
A
bit.
trial in absentia.
Yes.
That would be.
I think we're already pushing it with the legal system doing the coup in the first place. So
Yeah. So perhaps more of a issue to appear at court, and then bounty if she refuses, which she no doubt will. Although she might not, she's clever. She might try to do some kind of thing where she shows up at court and then blows up the entire court or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, why don't we just blow her up?
Well, but it's fair. It's fair. It's very.
I
Good
think
point.
we want to maintain the actual structural integrity of the Palace of the Grand Prince.
Yes.
Oh, I was muted the whole fucking time. I was like, why is no one? Okay. Just for the sake of clarity, because I wasn't able to meet her, what does the Grand Prince look like?
Donatella.
Donatella Morosini is a older woman. She's like Luella's age, so she's like 56.
I see.
A little bit older. She's not especially tall. She's like Suru's height, and plump. But most importantly, she is proud. Donatella Morosini holds herself with a instantly visible sense of self-assurance and self importance.
Yeah, she actually got plastic surgery just to make her chin point higher.
That's weird. I don't like that.
It goes up at an angle, so no matter, even if she's looking down, her chin is still.
I don't like that.
That is not true, but still good. But that is almost what it seems like. Donatella holds herself to be above pretty much everyone. And her basic mannerisms let you know this. And the fact that she is Grand Prince, she essentially is, and she lets you know it. Her bearing and her every move is calculated to present the greatest visual impact of power.
Very noted with the fact that she refused to meet me. All right.
She was sleeping.
Oh, that I was wondering what was the deal with that. If war were declared, you'd be like, make it 15 minutes. Got a fucking nap.
I mean, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's just a normal.
Donatella is not particularly capable of defending herself. However, she does have a number of magical items that could make her potentially dangerous. Her scepter is a rod of authority. Her other mark of office, a staff, is heavily enchanted as a weapon. And her clothing is almost always enchanted with defensive properties. So that and her throne itself is enchanted to protect her against both spells and from simple weaponry. So quite the difficult nut to crack if she's standing up there.
Well, I guess that gives me an opportunity to try this thing out, and I pull out my glowing blade.
Okay, put that away. Hey,
Wait, come on.
I put
Show
it
some-
away.
where it's with not that much room.
We're in a
in here.
meeting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's our
Sorry.
professional business time.
Please carefully put this sword back, Akio. We admire your willingness, but we question your judgment.
My apologies. This is the third time that this has happened.
Okay, well, third time's the charm for learning
Yes.
not to do it.
Yeah, doubtful.
Yeah,
Wow!
everybody, including Rodriguez.
Wow! All right. That
One day we'll nail it down.
We'll get there.
All right. Well then, it seems that we need to get prepared. How do we want to actually present our challenge to her power?
properly
And when do
worded
we do
letter.
this?
Oh,
We
Big
need to
sweeping-
have-
Public gesture.
Big sweeping public gesture is good. I
Mm.
agree. Big sweeping public gesture. Perhaps we could even. Yes, we need to make sure that this news gets out in many places at the same time,
Hmm.
so that they cannot simply stop it in one location and assume that it will cease to spread. Indeed, the more people know, the greater difficulty they will have with keeping it under control, giving us a greater advantage. We would also want to have some of these troops in closer proximity so that they would be easily mobilized when they no doubt refuse summons. If they do accept summons, then hey, great.
Personally, I think we should mobilize them before.
I agree. Only
I
that,
mean, start bringing them up to Hightown before as we are doing this.
No, it should happen at the same time, if not them starting a little bit ahead of time.
Yes.
Where would be a place in Viven where I could just boom? Is there a Viven loudspeaker? I say to myself because I should probably know, but I don't know. Is there the Viven foghorn where we can just shout shit?
then
Attention, Viven.
I think Harmonium is the only one that has that technology still.
Ah.
Only Literons.
war has been declared.
Could we not just do
Everybody riot.
multiple points,
What if
town
we just
crier style?
In
Town crier,
threw,
print a bunch of
threw
newspapers.
thousands of flyers from the Arch of Aven?
I don't know if we
Don't
have
we have
the capability
those,
for that.
in a case of
the
emergency.
guys that you rescued from the prison? They can help.
Oh, hey,
They
hey,
are-
Lionel, Jacopo.
They're not here
Not
presently.
Not those two.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't even rescue them. You kind of.
Old Knight and
about those,
rescue,
yeah.
I did
Dirty
rescue them
Corner.
from
Wait,
you.
Silver Veil.
Yes, they will be spreading it throughout Lowtown for certain. And then we should call a meeting of the families while mobilizing these troops.
Yes. Where would this meeting be?
Donatella, where is a public space where the Morosinis would not be able to surround us with troops? Someplace also that the Aragonzinis and the Antalminellis and the Gremios would be willing to attend to. So not hey, come to Metitius. We've got important news.
The conservatory?
The conservatory is a good pick. We announced that there is something of grave importance that we must deliver at the conservatory. We mobilize our troops to ensure that it is protected while also mobilizing some towards the Morosini manse. the Aragonzinis, everybody in that time, and plenty of onlookers who will be curious to know what it is that we have to say. We make our big announcement at the same time as we deliver many of these flyers and send out criers all throughout Viven and Notown. And then, at the same time, issuing a summons with your aid, Mina, the backing of the... and then we strike.
Yeah.
When do we do this?
We do this as quickly as possible, I believe. Perhaps even tomorrow.
Okay. Well, Septima, that's her name, right? The other one who would be
Septima
Strategy.
Ulrika, yeah, the one who runs the elevators.
she's here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you and I have some discussions to make, some plans to enact.
All right. Let us.
Some elevators to ride.
Cesare, I'm gonna take my leave and I'll get this planning underway.
He does finger guns at you.
I do a overly dramatic and overly polite bow.
Oh.
I will return to Morosini Mansion. I think there are no doubt a number of intercepts I need to intercept.
Yes, this is a stupid question, I'm aware, but I assume they don't know that you...
No, they don't.
All right,
As
well,
far
make
as I
sure
know.
they don't know that you returned from here as well.
Appreciate it. Oh, by the way, and he points to a servant that has just sort of been hanging out in the background. Right? That's one of mine.
Execute him at once.
Is he still one of yours?
He's one of mine.
Meaning, does he
Meaning
serve you
my
or
family.
does he serve the Morosini family?
I'm sure that's going to be largely up to him in the next few seconds. And he leaves. The servant looks at the rest of the room. I'm one of his.
Alright, better stay that way.
Uh-huh.
I actually
All
kind of
right.
like this Morosini guy.
Yeah. Well, they are no doubt going to want to know what it discussed. Sorry, do I keep cutting out?
A little bit,
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little.
I don't fucking know what's doing this. Must be the internet connection here. I am sure Donatella is curious what went on today.
Oh,
Well, actually, Armand, since you would deliver news to Armand, then Armand would be the one who would tell the lie about it.
Yep.
Not this guy.
No. Armand is
Definitely going to say,
Pulling-
like, oh, I heard from my guy that they talked about bread.
Fucking love that shit, man.
Well, I don't think you will be leaving today. What's your name?
Leo.
Leo. Great name.
Thank you.
Would be a shame if something happened to it.
It would be a shame if it ceased to exist.
Yep. I agree.
I'm down, Leo.
So, with that, you have a plan.
Yay.
Or do
The-
we?
Other heads of the families split up to begin their own ends. Rodrigo returns to his palace to begin marshaling his own garrison. At the end, Filomena and Dino returns to hers to writing letters to various family members. Oh, wait, actually, before you leave. Wait, Armand, come back. The contracts, please. I must insist.
Oh, he has to sign it too. Yeah.
Yes. This might be a bit of a issue to any of you who are screaming, but they need to be signed in blood.
Oh, so it is fucking the pact parchment. It's just a -4 penalty on all rolls.
That's a weird thing to say out loud. What do you mean by that?
I forget about it.
I believe I missed this part of the conversation.
The Bank of Viven will be independent from the Grand Prince.
Oh,
And those who sign this parchment will work to ensure that that happens.
All right. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. I thought this was going to be some sort of like selling away your soul for power, something awful like that.
Yeah. We met something like that actually.
Hey, now,
Do you
Really?
want to sign that?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
how now I actually am quite curious. How does it know when not to enforce?
That's up to the magic of the thing. And
Oh,
me.
that's fun. Oh yeah. I guess I have.
Yes, fortunately, there
experience-
is some sort of entity up in the sky adjudicating.
I actually do have experience with this thing. Actually, this is
You
what.
do?
Yeah, Aristus at the and that those people over at that. Remember when I spied on the?
Ah,
temples?
true. The Inquisitor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She actually cast a spell on you rather than casting the siege. She
Yeah,
cast a
but-
quest spell on you, but
It's the
yeah,
same
it's a
thing.
similar thing.
Uh, all right.
All right. Well,
Independence of the Bank of Viven.
Mm. With those papers signed, you separate. And with that, we'll call it a night.
All right.
okay. Well, that was fun.